You want to also water them into the actual soil. A lot of those soil-dwelling pests will typically lay their eggs in the top 2 to 4 inches of the medium, depending on what type of medium you're in. But you want to make sure it's definitely in the crown. Full saturation is also key.
The African gnats go 6 inches.
That's right.
Another good product is Grandivo.
The Asian ones go half an inch.
Marone Bio. It's something that once you actually make contact with the root aphids, fungus gnats, or whatever it is, they're not able to actually feed off of the plant, even if they're living. And they're actually going to die at some point because now they can't feed off of the plant because they're neurologically not able to do that.
Neurologically?
Now, I know,
neurologically, it fucks them up.
Now, I know most of this conversation is probably over a lot of y'all heads, but you got to realize this is the process you want to get to learn from. You want to get to the best growth possible. So they're going to give you a lot of knowledge. A lot of times it's going to be over here. Like right now, it's so far over my motherfucking head. I'm like, I'm scared to smoke because I'm thinking I'm hearing shit. I don't know what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? But it's educational. It's all educational. And if you want to grow in the process of growing your marijuana, you need to know exactly what they're speaking about. You will learn it as you listen to the show every week because they definitely give out information. My question is this.
Yes, sir.
When I was growing, I know that if you wanted your plant to grow taller, you trim the bottom, or certain trims you put on it to make it grow certain ways. A lot of amateurs don't realize that. They just think you put your plants in the seed and let it grow and all that.
Well, and that's a part of your pest control, too. Clearing away excess foliage, places where plants disease or insects can hide, and pruning is very healthy for a plant.
Also, is there a way to tell a seed whether it's a male or a female?
There's a service that you can send it to.
Oh, you have to,
but there's no sure way. Like a lot of that's just cannabis folklore.
And there's no way you can look at this. See, that's what I keep telling people. There's no way you can look at no fucking seed.
Some OGs claim to be able to do it.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I mean, like, I'll take that bet. And you got a 50-50 chance in my book.
Yeah, it's like a magic trick. If nobody notices a sleight of hand, it's like, damn, the motherfucker's got ESPN.
Hey, and that's how we deal with gnats. But now that we have our phone lines lit up, let's go to Michigan and talk to Franz. Franz, you're on with Heavy Tea, the guys.
Some beer.
Yes. I was wondering, what do you guys recommend for aerating your reservoir? Air stones or a submersible pump?
How big is the reservoir?
27 gallons.
I'd probably use a small aquarium pump, the little tiny ones, like the size of like 2 9-volt batteries.
Okay.
And just stick that in the reservoir at the far end of the is it a recirculating system?
No, it's drained away. It's cocoa.
Okay.
Air stone.
Yeah. An air stone isn't going to mix it as good as a pump will.
Yeah,
and if you put too much, and if you put too much air into it, it may affect the pH that you have going on. So what I like to do in something like that is just put a small pump in the bottom, have it pump the water to where it ripples on the surface, and that keeps it all mixed up nice and good for you. And because it's a small pump, it shouldn't heat your reservoir.
Your pH isn't going to fluctuate. You can let it sit for like 4 or 5 hours more than likely, and it won't very much.
If you pump too much air in there with too many air stones, it'll make your pH fluctuate, just like it does in the bubble buckets for people when they put big air pumps in.
I'll argue it only because of its sterile.
It was making my pH go up, the air stones.
Now, if you're feeding away, you shouldn't
Jerome
have
told
this
you
problem.
that can't happen.
No, I feed fresh all the time. I'll tell you right now, you want to make sure that you want to aerate the water properly. Two things going apart.
I think he's talking about keeping the reservoir for multiple days and watering from it, not just mixing a fresh batch.
You're doing drain to waste over multiple days from one reservoir?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always key to know exactly what they're specifically talking about when you answer their questions.
Well, here you go. You want to get an air pump that's sized appropriately for the amount of time you need it on. For instance, you don't need to leave it on 24/7. The water will only hold so much oxygen. At the amount of temperature range, which would be 66, 68 degrees, will hold the optimum amount of oxygen, but water will only have oxygen if you put it in it. If you leave that water stagnant, it's not going to have as much oxygen as it did after you first aerated it. So if you time it to go on, let's say 30 minutes before you actually irrigate, you could also do something along those lines as well.
Are you putting any organics in your water?
That was actually the second part of my question, was like, when I'm using the Florida nectar, it seems like it's really starting to make my res get foamy. And is that okay to use that water?
It gets foamy. How many air stones do you have in there now?
I got one of those eco ones that's got 2 air stones on it.
Okay, and is it bubbling pretty good?
Pretty decent, yeah.
It might be bubbling too much, and it's almost like you're brewing.
Yeah, that if you're getting foam, you have biological activity in your reservoir. And sugar will enhance that, right? It's carbohydrate. That's a food for microbes.
And that can also change your pH. It could be another reason why your pH is shifting around. Like I said, I'd try the small aquarium pump just so that it pumps the water up to where it kind of breaks the surface and kind of like ripples. Because once that water is exposed to a fresh surface, it will become aerated, but it won't be pumping as much air into the solution as an air stone will. And it will keep that stuff mixed in there good too, so that you don't have settling on the bottom of the tank.
But you wouldn't recommend keeping it on 24/7.
Sure, why not?
In
If
a
it gets too hot.
27-gallon
Yeah, that's
reservoir, it's more than likely going to heat the water.
But
If you're
you just
using
keep
the
an eye
small
on it.
little teeny aquarium pump that's like this big, it doesn't get that. It doesn't really generate any heat.
But you just keep an eye on it.
Can I ask
Hopefully, you have a
another
guardian
question?
that is measuring all
Yeah,
that.
go ahead.
What about springtails? Are those good or bad, and how can I get rid of them? Because I've tried a few different things, and it doesn't seem like anything effective.
Springtails are good, but I don't want any bugs in my room if I don't have to have them, right? So if you want to
Right.
get rid of them, you could water some BT, Bacillus thuringiensis.
Well,
into
looking
the wa-
into
into
those
the s- into the
springtails are a
soil.
good sign. Those are a good sign that's showing that your biological activity is actually thriving in a beneficial direction. In a sense, I read something about the springtails recently. It's actually a good sign. It really is.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
I've
they're
read both
It's a good
things.
sign you're reading, Drew.
they're good.
Oh, dude.
But if you want to keep it
Dude, I
as
read all
clean
the
as
time. I know
possible, you
do.
can
I
use
know
some
you do.
BT in the water.
I don't
So-
retain it all the time.
Springtails, they can be a beneficial insect. They'll keep certain bugs and they'll stick around, right? Some people will put ladybugs in their gardens, and the adults will end up laying their larvae, which are beneficial, but eventually they want to leave too, and they in your indoor garden usually die, fly into the lights and die.
Or they end up on your pillow, crawling on your face in the middle of the night. You're eating dinner. Ladybug runs across your plate. They're on the TV. You don't want those things in your house.
I got a question.
Oh, wait, well, hold on, Terry. Let me just chime into Franz, give my 2 cents, and give him his stuff. Then I'll let you go.
Go ahead.
The aeration part, right? It depends what you want to do. If you want more dissolved oxygen in your system, you need to get a finer air bubble, and not an air stone. You can get a ceramic, it's like an air stone, but it's not. It's from Pentair. You go online and get them. Most hydro shops won't have them, but you get a higher dissolved oxygen rate, and it's because it has such a fine bubble. Regular air stones come off with such a large bubble. As it goes up, it can deprive the water of oxygen because the smaller bubbles, which are more available to the plant, are attracted to the larger, and as it goes out, it pulls those small little bubbles that stick together out of the water. Okay, so if you want more dissolved oxygen, you need a finer bubble than what you're going to get with the regular air stone or with the recirculating pump. But if your goal is just to mix it and keep it from getting rancid and you're using organics, I would use a recirculating pump. Right? If I use salts and that was my goal, I would just use an air stone to lightly break the surface so nastiness didn't start growing on the top of the
I
on the
would
top of
I would
the-
use
the
a
reservoir.
recirculating pump too.
Yeah, what was your question, Unc? You remember? Sorry. I was going to forget what I wanted to say.
Go. No, you good. You good.
All right,
wait, my head ain't that big and that bad.
All right, well, it's all good. I'm going to hook Franz up. Franz, you ever fucked with Mission Fertilizer, dude?
No, I've never tried it.
It's all organic. You don't have to pH adjust. It's great for soil. It's made exactly for soil. It has a granular as well as a liquid. I'm going to send that complete line out there to you. I'm also going to send you some smart pots.
I don't know if I would use that in your drain to waste that you keep a reservoir though, because it's all organic. Maybe use it on some other plants,
Yep.
mama plants, stuff like that.
You would probably let it sit for no more than 48 hours.
Yeah.
And keeping it recirculating.
Look into
Okay.
those little wave makers for aquariums too. I used to use those with small reservoirs as well. To
All
keep
right.
it mixing.
Nice.
So when you use all this stuff,
I'm also sorry, Unc. I'm
Then
going to
your
send you some
bacteria can
swag
body
pack.
surf.
Go ahead, Unc. What's your question?
when
Thanks,
you,
Franz.
when you use all this stuff in your plants, is the process of cleaning your plants before you go into the
Like the flushing
2 weeks? Yeah, like what? 2 weeks
to get out the heavy metals or the
Right,
built
exactly.
idea of the built up salts. Listen, there's some legitimacy to it. A lot of the nutrients are mobile, so if you just start depriving the plant of nutrient, you will break them down. The plant will use them, and they'll be broken down through the intrinsic cycles of photosynthesis, right? And the plant starts yellowing. You'll see that because it's not getting food. How the flushing, using a flushing solution, it's a specialized sugar that you can rapidly speed up that process because it encapsulates the nutrient molecule and makes it unavailable to the plant. So if you're just using fresh water, every time you water, if there's built up anything in the grow medium, especially if it's soil, every time you give it water, it gives it a little bit of food until that's gone. With the flushing solution, you can say, okay, all the food's gone right now.
Oh, yeah.
And you're in control of it.
Right.
Right? But I do flush, whether it's fresh water or with a flushing solution.
If it's yellow, I let it mellow. If it's brown, I flush it down.
Yep.
Save water that way.
Yeah, I piss in my backyard all the time. I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
I know, it's especially when you have 2 little boys. Let me tell you how much bathroom time these guys have. It's like, man, you're too young to be having problems in there. What are you doing? He's reading the Wall Street Journal and shit.
No, it depends.
Taking
what
over the
age.
world,
They're
Daddy.
probably-
Getting hemorrhoids at the age of 4.
Taking over the wheel, Daddy.
Can't
This is what
stand up.
that-
My legs are numb.
This is what Daddy does. I'm like, yeah, that's true. Let's go back to the phone lines. How about we stick to the East Coast and talk to Richie in Maine? Hey, Richie.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
What's up?
My question was, if you veg from a seedling or a clone, pretty much that whole veg life with a LED, say 1200 watt LED, Miazzi, and then when you kick it into flower mode, 1212, if you put it under a HPS, is that going to like extremely stress it out and damage it?
It shouldn't. I've been experimenting for years. Even when they first introduced the Gavita lighting, I was particularly using a 90 to, I think it was 100 watt LED for each plant in a 1 gallon air pot. And I was just growing 1 plant per light, these big plants. And I went from them stress-free. One of those things you really have to look at is no matter what light you're using, one of the things I invested in early is a power meter. And you can actually dial in even lower wattage lights to a certain level as long as you're getting direct light and the concentration of the light to the leaf surface adequately even across the canopy. You're going to have the same light levels no matter what the intensity of the actual wattage is, but also looking into accommodating the factors is when you go into an HID, because there's more radiant heat in the room, it's going to dissipate a lot of the excess humidity more rapidly. So creating a humid environment when you're going from veg to bloom, for me, was one of the biggest tricks for the lower wattage or LEDs going into a higher intensity bulb. You have a 1200 watt LED. Going to 1000 watt, 1200 watt for watt, they're about the same, but we're talking about the radiant heat at this point. For me, the biggest advice I would say is try and keep a humidity level, I'd say closer to about 60-65% that first week of bloom, and keeping a temperature right around 80-82 degrees at the leaf surface. Invest into a cheap infrared temp gun. You'll see them as they're advertised as temperature guns for a car, for like engines and shit like that. And a lot of times you shoot that on the leaf surface, and it's not about what your hygrometer says on the pole or the wall or whatever the fuck you have in your room. It's about what the actual plant's utilizing and actually getting. So
To be honest, a lot of those hygrometer thermometers are quite a
They're
bit
whack.
off.
yeah,
It gives you an idea,
5 of
general
them.
idea, but if you have 5 next to each other, not 2 of them will give you the same reading.
I mean,
Right.
it is what it is. I don't like
They
to
might be
call
off
things-
by a point or 2, but you're just like, man, this is frustrating.
But realistically, keep your humidity around 65%, the leaf surface around 80-82 degrees max, and especially keep that humidity high till the end of week 1 of flower. Going into week 2, you're going to gradually step down that humidity, as I call it, as you have humidity pockets forming within the canopy as the colas start to actually produce humidity inside the canopy. You don't have to add excess humidity to spread around. It depends also on the climate where you're at too. As far as Maine, I don't know how the climate is as far as temperature.
It's
and
humid as
humidity.
fuck during the
Is it
summer and
humid?
cold as fuck in the winter.
Yeah, we're in a wicked humidity spike right now.
Well,
A
use
bunch
it
of
to your
mosquitoes.
advantage. You know, get something like a horticontrol dust room to take clean air from outside and inject humid air from outside if you can.
Good point.
Unless you have the money to set up some type of reverse osmosis to a humidifier, so that this way you keep the
Yeah,
EC
I
or
got a
salt levels down.
dehumidifier, and I got an AC unit to help control the humidity a little bit and the heat.
Well, are you bringing in any fresh outside air?
No, I'm in a sealed system.
Okay. Is your AC keeping the room at the good temperature?
And the temperature is staying at about 77 to 79.
Okay, yeah, you could let that go up a little bit and add CO2, run it at like 80 to 82, And when you go from the LED to the HPS, just start with the HPS. How many watts is the HPS?
It's 1,000 watt, but it's dimmable down to 750.
Well, if you're running a 1,200 watt LED over the plants now, how big is the plant?
It's about 4 feet tall, and it's bushy as
It
fuck.
should be fine.
Okay, well, yeah, it should be fine.
Maybe turn
but
both lights on at the same
I
time.
was if I was you, I would put that thing under a trellis and smash it down and spread it out and go straight into bloom, because at 4 feet tall, it's going to end up 6 or 7 feet tall indoors, and it's going to be growing into the ceiling. You don't want to grow your plants that tall indoors.
He's gonna have a Shaquille O'Neal bush.
Dude, check out my Instagram. I have a video from the grow-off plant when I was first spreading it down early in flower, where it was about 52
How
inches
far
in
back
diameter.
do we have to go for that?
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Look through the
1,500
videos.
posts.
That's something that I've been doing to play the fucking system. Back in
Okay.
the day when we can only grow
Whoa,
6
my
fucking
head-
plants,
whoa.
we're growing 6
I was just
fucking
asking.
lights.
So yeah, when you move that plant into flower, spread it out. Go in there, take your arms.
In flower. I didn't put it under the HPS. I just kept it under the Miyachi. I figured I'd try the Miyachi for a flower. But what I wanted to really do is just use the Miyachi for a veg, and then use my 1,000 watt HPS for a flower.
Yeah, you
But
can
if
absolutely
someone-
do that.
They said that you should use the same light throughout the whole plant life.
It's bullshit. I started my fucking flower plant for the grow off with a Gavita from week 1 to week 4. I introduced a 1,000 watt black dog from that point to the end of flower with 0 problems. I was able to harvest almost 4 pounds off of one plant under one light.
It's going up again.
So it is what it is. I've harvested more than that before.
I
It is
know
what it is.
You get more weight per plant than I get per room.
I took Unk into one of my gardens where I grow big plants.
Yeah, he
You
got
tell him?
Off
You
that
can tell
blue
him
dream,
right
you
now.
got a metric ton.
Motherfucker, I got
Yeah.
gelato. I got
He
purple
got-
punch.
he grew,
I got
bro.
motherfucking wedding cake.
We know
I got
you've got
motherfucking
skills.
stuff.
That's why you're on the show.
I
Jerome.
love drinking purple punch when I'm eating wedding cake, as long as it's vanilla wedding cake.
No one mistakes you for Dr. Duff, okay?
Well,
Yeah, he got some serious.
Your beard is
shit.
getting frizzy with the anger.
You
Calm
saw,
down.
you saw, but he got pumped up.
trying to
What the fuck
hide
you mean, bro?
myself from all them
You mean my
haters
bro?
over
You
here.
no good shit.
Shit.
Nothing but love. Richie, I'm going to send you out a Heavy Tea swag pack that includes items from General Hydroponics and Botanicare. And I'm
was
going to
getting
send you
hot
some
up.
original green pads. Hang them up, give them a squirt. Let that CO2 rain down on that big plant as those buds form. More CO2 with more light. It increases photosynthesis, increases cell division. You have bigger, terpier buds.
There you go. There you go.
Green Pad CO2. Learn more about it today. Thanks, Richie.
Thanks for calling in too.
All right, the number is 562-653.
Why y'all not calling in?
0707. You see all these people? These are people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But they are calling in. We can only talk to one at a time, huh?
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna call it no more. I'm not gonna say that. I went.
We're going to talk about some Uncimo, some music, some things that are coming up. He's in Cali now. You better watch out. You're going to be seeing this guy everywhere.
Y'all gonna get tired of seeing my.
I dig you, man. I'm stoked you're here tonight. It's Heavy T's Grow Show on DFZ Radio.
Dot your mom.
Get right and call in with a bad news.
I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me. I got that Benz, I got that Jag, I got that money that never ever ends. When I step out, it's party time, and I be loaded out my goddamn mind. I shake my ass, I spend my cash, and I always got my stash. I wanna be like currency and smoke up all them trees. I don't be frontin', I don't be stuntin', I be getting mine all the time. I'm living hard, I party harder, I be rolling like there ain't no tomorrow. I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm a OG, I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad knee. I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me. I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm a OG, I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad knee. I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me. I went to 9, I did my time, but I damn near lost my mind. I'm doing fine, and I got mine. They pay me all the time. Life is good, God is great, and my money ain't never late. I work real hard, I never quit, and I'm always getting my shit. I got that gold, I got that soul, and I'm really just too damn bold. I'm a never stop as long as I can bust it up. I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm a OG. I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad knee. I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me. I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm a OG. I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad knee. I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me. Kanye West ain't the best. You just ain't heard the rest. I talk that shit, I live that shit. And of course you know I smoke that shit. I feel like a motherfucker, I feel like a motherfucker, I feel like a bad motherfucker. I feel like a motherfucker, I feel like a motherfucker, I feel like a bad motherfucker. I'm a real ass nigga and a bad ass knee. And nobody ain't gonna ever mess with me. Cause I real do feel like a bad ass nigga. Cause I'm just a OG. I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm a OG. I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad knee. I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me. I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm a OG. I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad knee. I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me. I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm a OG. I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad knee. I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me. I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm a OG. I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad knee. I smoke that shit till I can't see. Everybody trying to get with me.
That shit is happening. What up, Billy? What up, bro? This big Snoop Dogg hanging out with Uncimo. We finally connected.
DFCRadio.com. Are you ready to start cloning but don't know where to start? HDI has you covered, the only propagation-focused company. HDI was founded in 1997 and is the master distributor of Clonex throughout North America, like the Clonex rooting gel, which has been on the market since 1988, EPA registered and approved for use on food crops and cannabis. It's the only rooting gel approved by the Washington and Colorado Department of Agriculture for propagating cannabis plants, used by thousands of plant nurseries, commercial growers, scientists, and greenhouse growers with billions of clones successfully rooted. That's Clonex rooting gel. But healthy clones start with healthy mothers. And with Mother Plant from HDI, you are fulfilling the nutritional needs of mother plants without excess nitrates, supporting strong, vibrant clones. And now you're ready for some Clonex Mist, a ready-to-use foliar spray for mother plants, cuttings, and rooting clones. Pop your clones into Root Riot plant starter cubes, and they are safe for use in hydroponic systems and are a proprietary blend of micronutrients that is certified food safe. And don't forget to add the mycorrhiza with Clonex Root Maximizer, a mycorrhizae fungi, beneficial bacteria, and trichoderma that increases the surface area of your plant's roots, allowing the plants to access more nutrients and water. And don't forget to feed with Clonex Clone Solution, formulated for rooted clones and seedlings, a special blend of minerals and vitamins that encourage rapid root development. So no matter what your propagation needs are, remember HDI has you covered. Check them out at hydrodynamicsintl.com. That's hydrodynamicsintl.com.
Dilly Heavy Tea Grow Show. But dilly.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky Rooster timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With Nanolux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to Nanolux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a duff man. For more information on Nanolux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXtech.com. OLUXTECH.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
You are listening to the Heavy T Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, or Dr. Duffman. Killing it.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bringing the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system. It's ideal use for transplanting and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
Yo, Kelly, pass me that blunt, you feel me? Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiall 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the VermiBat Guano Fertilizer and the VermiBlood Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
DFCRadio.com.
She said she don't want them if they own her. She only want the nigga that don't want her. And nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear, telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way. You thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way. You be telling her the same shit she heard. If you send your bitch my direction, I bet I won't give her no attention, no affection. Same old questions, nigga, you thirsty. Your mind on the pussy, in my mind where a purse be busy. Boy, I make the shit look easy. She know I don't want her for that very fact she need me. I'm Easty, but I grew up on the west. They hear me loud and clear, that's why this ear up on my chest. Honey gang running things, know that. That's why that bitch catch me where the dough at. And you can say that pussy girl, you know that shit throw back. And if it ain't, I still don't give a fuck. You can hold that. Easy. She said she don't want them if they own her. She only want that nigga that don't want her. And nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear, telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty.
Yo, what's growing on? What is? Welcome back to Heavy T Grow Show. We're here with Uncimo, the 60-year-old rapper. I can't even talk with all this weed you're smoking next to me, man. I'm getting contact high. That's fire.
We got the charcoal fan going, and that shit ain't making a difference at all.
No, man.
In these new ages, everyone uses the word fire. That might be the most overused word in cannabis.
Wait, there's
and
a fire?
They always roll their eyes back when they say, "Oh my god, it's so fire!"
I got that fire.
Fire.
Terps is pretty close to it.
Terps is pretty close. No,
terpy. It's so terpy.
Fam, bam. But speaking of fam, we've got some of the Uncimo fam calling in. We've got the mommy. She's the bat mommy.
Mommy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
I'm good. Tell Uncimo that his 420 nurse says hello.
Oh,
hey, sweet. Yeah, the nurses. What's up, my baby? What's happening?
I'm good, love. How are you?
Oh, I live good. Always good. If If I'm alive, it's
Have you
good.
told all your fans about your up and coming comedy stuff?
Which one?
You're about to do comedy skits.
He's doing one right now.
Yeah. My best,
I see. How do I know?
Oh
my
my.
best new comedy skit.
Now, are you gonna be in some coming up, Unc?
No, I don't.
Not that you know of.
I've been invited, and I'm gonna be coming down.
All right. Damn. This is news to Unc.
Yeah, that got me.
She picked up on your smoke signals, I guess.
Yeah, this
What,
ain't no
were they the
video.
wrong ones?
Hey, all day, every day. I send in all my own smoke signals. He answered mine. I answered his.
All right. So wait, what you talking about? Me with the podcast? Getting on the podcast?
We're going to be doing a lot of things. Well, you guys already know. If you don't know me, I know Heavy T. You guys already know I shouted you guys out. I love you on Instagram,
I
on
do love you.
420nurses.com. I'm the 420 Nurses Ventura County chapter president, and Uncimo is I'm a big fan of his. That's family to me, and so you guys are with him, I'm with you.
Do we have the service
Awesome.
of the 420 nurses as we get older ourselves?
I think she's offering services to Unc for his new podcast. You did
Oh,
put a call out for some models.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be a part of the podcast, and you know, my podcast is gonna be family friendly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you saying this is not?
No.
He means family like motherfucker homie.
I love that. Dude.
Sneaky? Yeah, I gotta watch him yet. T Sneaky?
You guys are doing
Yeah.
wonderful.
Thanks, girl.
Yo,
hey,
baby.
you keep doing your thing. Do you have any
And
events?
thanks for calling, too.
Upcoming? You want to plug
We
something?
do have upcoming events coming up. I know I'll be coming down there soon with Uncimo, but you guys can catch me usually at Friday Night Sesh down in Los Angeles, Canoga Park.
All right, thanks for calling in, Mommy. Man, so Unc, this is pretty crazy. Your celebrity has taken off quite a bit since last time you're here. I see you at all these events. You're getting limos. You're there with, the top-notch rappers and hip-hop artists in the game. Is it kind of a lot to handle all at once, or you just smoke a fatty and
Fuck it, I smoke a joint. See. That's why I made that song. I don't give a fuck, man. I mean, everything in life is I tell people, do what you do. You're doing great things. You got your show podcast going. You're giving people information. You're blessing people with knowledge. So you're doing great things. You're not home sitting down watching TV every fucking evening. You know what I'm saying?
That's every evening but Wednesday.
Sitting, smoking weed, drinking beer, listening.
Waste fucking 4 Wednesdays of my life doing this shit.
I'm watering plants, sucker, as soon as I get out of here.
But everybody that's putting something in the atmosphere, you just do you. You do your greatness. People think it's all about money and trying to get fame and shit. It's not. It's about what I can do once I get what I'm going to get.
Mm-hmm.
I know God got power, and I can't do what God do. So I just wake up every morning, smoke a big fat ass joint, and let God do what he do. And by the power of God, I'm where I am, and I'll be where I'm about to go, which is like a volcano soon, and, just fucking explode. It's only because I've been blessed by a great producer. Shout out to my producer, Prav on the track. Without your beats, you have nothing.
That's right.
My producer, he's my nephew, and I taught him golf, and he made beats for me. And we still argue till today how all this got started. He said, well, how did you get in the rap game? I have no fucking idea, all right? I never listened to rap as a kid. I listened to Snoop, Lil Pac and shit, but I was like, Earth, Wind and Fire was my shit.
Yeah.
Frankie Beverly and Maze. Music was my shit. I'm 67 years old, so I was in the age before. Yeah, and I listened to Master P. Don't get it twisted, and all the other cats.
No, I'm talking about George Clinton, Parliament, all that.
Exactly,
that's
Parliament,
the good
Funkadelics, all that gangster shit. Yeah, the BGs and shit like that back in the day.
The real gangster shit.
Yeah, but when it went to the rap, I never flipped over and got into rap heavily.
Yeah,
because I could once
Curtis Mayfield.
A lot of the rappers once it started got so heavy, I couldn't understand what the fuck they were saying. And I'd be like, I know he said something. What the fuck was he saying?
And that's like the mumble rappers now.
But for why God put me in the rap game is fucking crazy. And then to put me where I'm at right now, my nephew Snoop, shout out to my nephew Snoop always. The love that this cat showed me is phenomenal,
Yep.
So, and with that and the blessings of me, this is all about networking. You got to get out there and you got to grind. Like I met up with Fat Boy. Shout out to my other nephew, Fat Boy. You got to get out.
He ain't so fat anymore. He's pretty slim.
Yeah, because he's not eating meat no more. I'm a preacher by nature, and I preached to my nephew when we met. And I told him, I said, you got to leave that meat alone. And I'm sure a lot of other people had telling him too, so I guess it finally sunk in. And he cut back on the meat and shit, so he's going to drop them pounds, Yep. And it's a process, It's hard to do because, like you said, everything you look at, they got sugar in it. They got, they got things in it to keep you from not being slim and trim and healthy. That's what the design of our country has come to. You can't go in no quick store and find nothing healthy. Ain't nothing in there.
Right. No, man, preach like Ron
we got to
Finley.
change. We got to change our mindset so we can all be healthy and live longer.
That starts with growing your own, whether
Exactly.
it be cannabis or your own
Anything.
food.
Exactly. And the way the food going to look, you best believe we all need to have us a little farm in the backyard.
You know, Ron Finley, the gangster gardener that's been on a few times and is friends of the show, his famous quote is, growing your own food is like printing your own money.
Exactly.
And it's not just the food that you're gonna get back, or if it's cannabis, the same thing. It's the health. It's the benefits of whatever you're growing and how you're growing it that you could put into it with the love and the care, not putting the toxins into it, whether it's pesticide or whatever.
And that also works on the mind because then you know you're in control. Then you know what you're putting in your body. See, we don't know.
I'm going to reach this point at some time and stop drinking Miller Lite.
Yeah.
By the way, at some point I will. It's not today, Uncle.
I was forced to not drink. I had hepatitis C from when I was in Vietnam, and I didn't know it. So when I found out, I had to quit drinking alcohol. But I mean, man, I used to love my Miller Lite shit.
There you go.
And them little ponies. Remember the little ponies?
Yeah,
little ponies?
Mickeys.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk to Colin in Boston. He wants to talk to you, Uncle. Colin, what's going on?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, you're on with Uncimo.
Oh yeah, Colin. Yeah, he hit me on the gram outside. He said he was gonna call in. You got in. Now, did you use the secret code to get in?
Yeah.
What's up, though?
So, Unc.
Yo.
This is like a two-party question in a way. So, what do you think of like new rap, like nowadays? And how does it feel to be all of these new rappers' uncles?
Oh man, it's humbling. You know, it's humbling. You know, when the kids look up to you like they look up to me. Like yesterday, I went to the set of I got the hookup too. That's my people, Master P. Shout out to Master P and I'm from New Orleans. I went out to the shooting while they were filming. So when they went on break, the kids went on break. They were in the alley, and I did a little skit, couple of songs for them, and they loved me to death. And it's humbling, man, to see this much love coming from your kids and admiration coming from them. And it gets out of hand, literally, because one dude in the alley literally made a statement at the end of one of those videos. He said, the next Jay-Z. I said, dude, hold up. Don't fucking trip, all right? It ain't that serious, all right? We ain't going nowhere with this. Let's just have some fun, all right?
Yeah, you're like, I'm not having to make Ether 2, right?
You know what I'm saying, dog? Come on, man, please, bro. No, it's deep, but it is very humbling, man, and it make when God put me with Snoop, I always got to shout that dude out. When God put me with Snoop, it shows you vision of what your life is supposed to be like when you get to the position of where people gonna look at you like they look at him to a little degree. You know what I'm saying? So he taught me so much in the little times that I'm with him, just seeing how he flows, just seeing how he moves, and how the love comes off of him like a fucking. Like I always say, like the little Charlie Brown movie, the guy that had the little blanket and all the dust would be around him when
Pigpen.
Yeah, when Pigpen would move. That's how Snoop is. When Snoop move, it's like a movement of love, dog. If you,
I've been up at his complex and things with
bro.
Snoop. Our boy from Snoop's Premium Newts, he took me there for what was it, the Canelo and Triple G fight?
I think so, yeah.
And there were two white dudes there. I was both of them because I'm so big. No, seriously, I joke around, but it was dope. I got to kick it with them. Too Short was there. We were just sitting smoking blunts the whole time. It's a large function. It's not like you're in your living room with Snoop Dogg, right? It's a facility.
Yeah,
but he's throwing a party and you're part of it.
Right.
Catered to the T's, all you know, almost like a red carpet event, but everyone's in Adidas jumpsuits and shit. Puma jumpsuits. Baby.
Yeah, bro, it's fam, man. I mean, it's like I said, it's just a vibe. So God got a way of getting you prepared for shit. I mean, I've been through so much in my life. I'm 67 years old. I'm a Vietnam vet. I was on heroin in 1968 and 69. I got past the heroin. I ended up with what they call was an attempted suicide in 1983 with the post office with the stress from one of these fucking asshole supervisors. And I was about to fuck the paper read it was attempted suicide, but I was on my roof crying for help to keep me from going to blow this motherfucker away. I was to the point I was gonna go kill this bitch.
Oh my gosh.
That shows how strong you are as a person now, though.
Yeah, bro. If that's
And
what
that
God
shows
does,
that
He
you can
builds
put your influence on everyone else by telling those stories.
Right, and it builds it. That's what gives you your character. So when you go through the shit you're going through, don't look at it as a shit you're going through. You got to realize you're learning. Every time you go through shit, it's a process, man.
With your music is because it's uplifting, man. You that's the type of hip hop I'm really down with. What I grew up with Snoop. I grew up with, there was gangster rap that I was into, and I didn't really know what they were rapping about.
Right.
But when Snoop and the Chronic came out, I was in high school, and they were rapping about fucking bitches, smoking weed, and partying. And I'm like, yeah, I could get down with this. I don't really know about going around and living in the hood and shooting people or banging or whatever. But this right here, this is my jam. It crosses that line.
Juice and shit.
And I kind of get that same vibe from what you're talking about. You've been through a lot of shit, and it's just like the tip of the iceberg you're talking about right now. Is that intentional of keeping it on the lighter side of things, or do you have some music that you get into some heavier aspects of what you've been through?
I got one called "It's Time to Step It Up." I should have had it but it's a long song. But you can, it's not.
What's it about?
It's about us getting back to being men. We disrespect our women. We don't raise our children. How can we fix what's wrong? How can we stop what I call kids killing kids? I say it's KKK, kids killing kids. Until we change the society and the mindset of our men in this country, our kids are always going to be where they are today. It's a mindset. Now, we giving them guns, we giving them drugs, we giving them bad environments. They can't walk past the neighborhood. If you're a young black kid in that environment, if you're a young Mexican in that environment, or you're a young white kid in that environment, and you walk through that neighborhood, these cats walk up to you and say, motherfucker, you're going to take this package of dope, and you're going to take it up the street. I ain't doing that, man. I can't do that. I can't fuck with no dope. You're going to take that package up the street, or we're going to rape your fucking sister, and we're going to take your mom in the alley and rape her, too. What the fuck you going to do, nigga?
That's the real shit.
It's real, dog, and that's how the streets are. So, and the other part of the side, what we don't understand with these kids, they packing guns, dog, the size of, that could take a man's life away in an instant. And when they're with another kid, they want to teach this kid to fear him like a motherfucker. So how do I do that? To put the fear in this nigga's heart, I got to kill my victim. That's why they use those guns.
Fear is power.
That's what fear builds. And that's what he's building with this kid, to make sure this nigga never turn his back on him. Nigga, if you fuck with me, I'm going to kill you and your family. And he see him do it, so now he know he ain't going to never fucking turn his back.
Right.
And the people in the street, we don't know this. The police don't educate us. They don't tell us how careful you really have to be. This is a fucking war zone going out there on the street, dog.
Yeah.
So I got a mission there eventually. I got to get to my kids, dog.
How do you change the economy of that and the mindset of that through music? Marijuana and music?
Yeah, marijuana, seriously. I'm serious. I want to become mayor of New Orleans and change the whole mindset. I want to start a marijuana grow process so everybody can share in the wealth of marijuana. Get these kids to where they can get jobs trimming, growing, learning how to process
a little
marijuana.
social equality.
Man, fuck, give them a break. Let them make some money the honest way. If I can get them to make money the honest way, they ain't got time to go fuck around.
Is it Uncimo's Make Some Green by Growing the Green?
Thank you,
in
bro.
Louisiana.
Thank you.
You can use that. That's free. The next one we're going to talk
bro,
about.
That's why I told you that's
campaign
family
manager,
shit.
Campaign manager, maybe audition right now.
Hey, growing cannabis is really one of the best jobs you could ever have. I have so much fun just sitting there doing what I have to do. I may be sweating, I may be working hard, but I got the music as loud as I want to do it, and it's a great time. Sometimes you go in there, people say, oh, you shouldn't medicate and go to work. Man, I haven't been fucking sober at a goddamn job in my goddamn life since I was 18.
I was delivering mail like you, man. Loaded as a motherfucker, delivering mail.
Man, if all the employers knew how high I was and how good a job I did, they'd be impressed right now.
Hey,
all the stipulation about being fucking high.
Loaded, never delivered nobody's mail wrong. Was always on my fucking toes. Loaded as a motherfucker.
Oh, nervous you're gonna get caught, so you got it going. Oh, it looks like we hung up on this guy. Blew his
I'm
mind.
sorry, man. My bad.
Forgot. Blew his mind.
Hey, Colin, we'll send you a swag pack.
I'm sorry. Hey, let me tell you. I got a heavy throat, man. I talk a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, this is a 4-hour program. You got 3.5 more hours to fill.
Yeah, it's about getting messages out, bro.
Hey, we're going to talk more with you, but first I want to play some of your music. Now, what do we have here, Saint?
The song's called I Don't Give a Fuck.
I Don't Give a Fuck. Let's play this. We'll come right back with your Grow questions. Stay with us on Heavy T's Grow Show, DFZRadio.com. You dig?
Check it out.
I really don't give a fuck. A week late on my rent, a month late on my truck. They don't want to see me win. What? I don't give a fuck. 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 face it before we lose it.
Y'all better wake up.
With all this hating, Russia waiting for self-destruction of our nation. Gotta face it, they just don't give a fuck. A week late on my rent, a month late on my truck. They don't want to see me win. What? I don't give a fuck. 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 I really don't give a fuck. A week late on my rent, a month late on my truck. They don't want to see me win. What? I don't give a fuck. 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 I really don't give a fuck. They say I'm crazy. These niggas lazy. Y'all walking around like y'all driving Miss Daisy. Life is way too short. Got no time to waste. I'm always on my grind. So why all the hate? They feel my heat. It's from the streets. Ain't no way to stop me with all these badass beats. Proud dropping heat. I take it to the street. Even though I got these badass feet. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. A week late on my rent, a month late on my truck. They don't want to see me win. What? I don't give a fuck. 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 I really don't give a fuck. Money getting tight, life getting rough. People ain't living right. That's why I don't give a fuck. 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 I really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
DFCRadio.com. The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, Dick.
Sorry, Horty. Game over.
I tell you, this is the life.
Ever since we started working here at Sanctuary Soil, I couldn't be happier. It's nice to work at a place where they treat you like the artist that you are.
Tell me about it. So many places just throw you in the dirt, feed you junk, and drip water on your head.
Yeah, sounds more like torture than a job.
And how do they expect you to do great things when they don't give you the right tools? I can't do it if you treat me like garbage.
I hear ya. You give me the highest quality organic materials like woody biomass and grasses, put me in a healthy, clean environment, and I can practically poop gold.
Not to mention alfalfa meal, arborist material. They even bathe us in a healthy biological tea full of enzymes and other good stuff. You know, I get a little choked up just thinking about how all those customers are gonna benefit from the hard work we put into providing them with the best products available.
I just wish more companies were like Sanctuary Soil. It's nice to work with people who care about their customers and care about the environment.
Yeah, this is the life. Hey, I'm pretty full. Think it's about time to go make some magic, if you know what I mean.
Well, a worm's work is never done.
See you in a few.
You got anything to read? This could take a while.
Sanctuary Soil's Buckaroo brand premium worm casting, the all-in-one soil amendment that's safe for the environment, children, and pets. For more information and to see a list of current retailers, visit our site at sanctuarysoil.com.
The next level of growing is here. The growing revolution is here. DFCRadio.com. DFCRadio.com.
Hey, man, started early, huh?
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other...
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff Man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
You're listening to Heavy T's Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, and the Duff Man only on DFCRadio.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Coming to grips with measuring pH is a fundamental part of ensuring a successful crop. Of course, having the right nutrient mix is important, but without a slightly acidic pH level, plants won't receive optimal benefits from the nutrients supplied. Blue Lab has a range of pH measurement tools available to help both the commercial and small-scale growers. These include the Blue Lab Guardian Monitor, the Blue Lab Combo Meter, the Blue Lab pH Meter, the Blue Lab pH Pen, and the Blue Lab Soil pH Meter. For more information, visit us online at getbluelab.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Hey man, your garden smells amazing this year. What are you doing different?
Haven't you heard? We've been using the Turpinator.
Did you say Turpinator like terpenes?
Yes, exactly. Turpinator is designed to increase your plant's terpenes, which are responsible for everything from how your plants smell to how much flavorful oils they produce. Basically, Turpinator is the one-stop shop for an overall quality increase for your fruits and flowers.
That's awesome. You know, I can tell the Turpinator has not only increased the oils in all your herbs and flowers, but it looks like it's going to increase your dry weight as well. And dude, don't even get me started on those crystals. They look like mini icebergs.
Well, you better hurry up and get on board. It's flowering season right now. And since Turpinator is made right here in Sonoma County, you can literally find it in any hydro store in town. Boost your plant's oils and bring out flavors that will drive your friends wild. Turpinator. Sticky is an understatement.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Hey, bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium cocoa nutrient, Cocoa Tech A and B, man. It's an aggressive formula for increased yield during the flowering phase.
Wow, so this is made specially for cocoa?
You better believe it, man. It comes with easy-to-use 2-part formula. Formulated for aggressive growth and superior blooms. Whoa, bro. Yeah, man. Tell 'em, Bob.
This aggressive formula contains proprietary blends of calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocoa Tech Premium Nutrients with Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
Don't you put that evil on me!
Heavy T.
If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. Rest in peace, Bob Marley. My blunt got a cold cut, Steve Harvey. I catch the buds with my glove, Steve Garvey. Quick to roll in the club, cause we party. They asking where the bomb at, cause everybody in the club smell that. It's Breeze, get loaded TV, smoke about a pound every day of the week. Roll so fast you didn't see him coming your way. Turned around and there was a blunt up in your face. You must have thought that I was finished. The Breeze is never stingy with the spinach. Rolling up some trees. You can smoke with me. I like the blunt.
I like the blunt. If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt.
I love the stickiest weed, cause I'm a Cali baby. Started from that chocolate tie from them early 80s. Now it's OG, a perfect mix with my OE. The shot of lean had a G moving slowly. Apparently, you ain't never smoked like me. Load me switches up like they was magazines. I got some bad bitches rolling up blunts for me. Hop in the rotation, true story you can see. Even your bitch eyeballing wanna hit the tree. Smoking on weed, living life with my homie Breeze. I got that green thumb, I grow my own fucking weed. And if I got some problems, I'm hitting heavy tea.
Rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me.
Yo, shout out to my man Cali Intake Breeze.
I like the blunts.
I do miss Cali around these parts, man. St. Diesel,
Yo.
what's up with Cali?
Actually, he stopped by earlier. He wanted to see what's up, everyone, but you guys got all late, you know what I mean? So
He was seeing what was up?
yeah, he came by to say what's up.
He said, yo, T, can I get a nug? And then I wasn't here.
He was asking for some nugs.
Shocking. Or his blunt.
He needed some blunt material.
Well, you know what Uncimo says. If he was here when Cali was here, he would have told him, you know, fuck a swisher. What does it go?
Fuck a blunt, fuck a swisher, motherfucker backwoods. Smoke better, live longer.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
Words to live by.
Let's talk some grow here. Horty Chris, help me out while I finish rolling this. Marissa has been hanging out for a long time here. So let's give her her time now that she's on the air.
What's up, Marissa? What's your question?
I had a question about cloning. What would you recommend, an arrow cloner or Rockwell?
I like to use Rockwool, but either Rockwool or like Root Riots, the little cocoa style plugs. They seem to be better. The arrow cloners, depending on which one you get, but most of the ones with a pump and a manifold, the pump heats up the water. They don't have humidity domes, so you'll take clones and put them in there, and they'll just completely flop over and look dead. And you have to like keep spraying them with a water bottle to keep them like hydrated until they pop back up, and it's just stressful on them. There's ways to work around that by putting a timer on the pump. Spraying the plant with anti-wilt before you take clones. It kind of puts almost like a Armor All dressing on the leaves and helps hold the moisture in. But those things are expensive, and then if you don't clean it out properly and it gets any funk or bacteria growing in there, the next time you use it, it might not work as good as it did the first time. Also, the neoprene little collars that hold the plants in, they can get bacteria in there that'll keep your clones from rooting as well. So you have to throw them away and buy new ones every time, and that's about as expensive as buying Rockwool cubes or little cocoa plug starters. So I like to use those types of starters. I think it's just it's easier to do in the beginning, and depending on how many clones you're going to take, it's much more cost effective.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And,
use the humidity dome. Just spray the inside of the dome. Wet the plugs. Take the clones. 45-degree angle. Strip off any extra leaves that are hanging down that you don't need. You cut it in between two internodes. Cut your clones maybe a few inches tall, depending on what you want. I don't like to take like 12-inch tall clones. I like to take smaller clones so that when I start to veg them, by the time they're a foot tall, they're much stockier and beefier than they would be if they started as a skinny little, clone from the beginning that had to go through the stress of rooting. And spray the inside of the dome. Use Green Pat Juniors to keep CO2 in there.
Junior.
And just after 3 to 5 days, try taking the lid off for extended periods of time. And if you don't see the plants sagging, leave the lid off to help encourage the cubes to dry out.
Maybe use some of the HB 101.
Yep, use some HB 101. Let the cubes dry out a little bit so that the little root nodules that have started on the stalk will be forced to send the root out looking for water. Obviously, don't let it get too dry. and then re-moisten them, and just don't keep them soaking wet. Let them go from wet to dry or close to dry before you re-wet them, just like you would a regular plant. And you should be good to go. Use Clonex.
Yeah, Clonex. I like the root riots or rapid rooters for newbies. You don't have to pH adjust it or treat it. I do like Rockwool as well. The ease of use of Rockwool, and most people prefer to get their plants in Rockwool because they think it's more versatile. Even though a root riot can go into Rockwool like a 6-inch cube or whatever.
I use root riots to Rockwool all day.
Yeah, and
they don't fit as good as the cubes do, but they work
with the Rockwool.
I wish they were just a little bit bigger.
Just take twice as many as you need. You don't need any heat mat during this time of year. Don't keep spraying your clones over and over. A lot of stuff on the internet or on forums will tell you to keep squirting the plants. If you have a little bit of humidity in there, if the dome is humid, that's enough humidity. You don't need to go spraying more.
Right.
If it's
Does that go against your plant count?
well, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so you're going to have to figure that out for yourself.
Until they have roots, though, I don't think they're considered plants. So once they start rooting, pick the ones you want, and if you're that worried about it, kill the others or give them away.
I could give you the info to contact DFZ Radio's lawyer, and it's Google search bar. So go ahead and look that up.
Yeah.
But I'm going to help you out and send you some of the Green Pad Juniors. I'm also going to send you some Rhizoblast from Botanicare, so when the roots pop, they'll get going a little bit faster. Made with chlorella. It's a proprietary formula.
Deville.
And some, how about a Blue Lab pH pen to the tune of $130 too,
Damn.
Marissa, for waiting so long.
Damn.
That's a mid-show
bonus prize.
Hell yeah.
What were you saying over there, Jiggity?
No, I was giving Aaliyah the okay right now. I was like,
Thanks for calling, Marissa.
No.
Hey, you guys want to go hang out with the growers from Heavy Tea and some of the best growers in the world?
Hell yeah.
Let's go to a Dodger game because growers need a day off too.
Yeah.
Except for Jerome. No days off for Jerome.
Fuck that shit.
It's Dodgers Southern California Growers Skybox Sweepstakes. It's presented by Miller Soil, co-sponsored by DFZ Radio. That's us. And Honor the Plant. Because growers need a day off too. I said that. You can win one of 20 tickets to the LA Dodger versus Padre game on August 25th.
Wow.
Enjoy access to a private skybox and hang out with fellow growers, including some of Southern California's top professional growers. All winners will receive a swag bag that includes Dodger bucks to be spent at the stadium.
What we gotta do? What we gotta do?
This is how you get over there, Unc. You enter to win by clicking on the link in DFZ Radio's Instagram bio, and you make sure to give some love to our co-sponsors and follow Miller Soils LLC and Honor the Plant.
Y'all late. I'm already doing it.
Let's get on it. Skybox style.
Dodger Skybox, come on.
Drinks and hot dogs. What else?
And Dodger Bucks.
Well, Unc doesn't eat meat. Maybe some soy.
You can have a veggie dog, you know.
Yeah. He'll get it. Come and hang out with us.
As long as I can bring vaporizer with me, I'll be all right.
I don't think there's no smoking at Dodger Stadium.
Hey, fuck that shit. I did it at a Kings game. I just blew that shit in my shirt.
Jiggity, you are going to have your ticket revoked if you try to smoke at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, you need to stop sometime because I'll be with you. You get me in trouble, pipe breaking.
Oh, man.
Oh, what
Put
is
you
this?
on blast.
You got a story?
Oh man, hey, we got the first time I met him.
Story, it's a fact.
I was like, oh shit, one of my workers at my work was
stories
telling me all about you.
Stories
dog.
aren't necessarily
fiction.
Yeah,
Right.
There's a lot of good nonfiction
Right,
stories.
right.
Tell us the story about the broken pipe.
Oh,
we got a minute.
We was in Vegas. I meet this guy.
No, that wasn't when you met me, dog.
Hey, can
the
you
first
shut him
time
off
you
so
met
that
me,
Unc can tell us the
hey,
story?
You shut the fuck up.
I said,
You can have
you shut up and let the guy tell the story.
This is Heavy T's court, and first we need to hear the plaintiff.
That
then
wasn't
we'll hear
the first time
defendant.
we met, though.
I didn't say that was.
You did.
See,
I
that's
said,
what
I
I'm
met
saying.
this guy. I didn't even finish getting it out. I met this guy in Vegas. I already knew him. I didn't say I had never met him before. I just said I met up with him in Vegas.
Right.
He all right. Yo, you met me before, motherfucker. You met me before.
No,
Ain't the fucking body disallowing that they met you before. I knew I met your crazy ass before. I see him in Vegas. Okay, let me see. Change it like this. I see him again in Vegas. Maybe that might
there
make
you
it a little
go.
better. Okay.
Muto
I see Jerome again
por
in
favor.
Vegas.
He's muted.
He brings me to this set, man. They got this beautiful man. Look, everybody jamming, having a good time. They have this enormous bongs. This guy Jerome. What's Jerome's last name?
Jerome Baker?
Yes, yes.
You don't have to turn them back on. I got this.
Yeah,
Go ahead, on.
Thank you, my butt. Thank God. So Jerome Baker makes these 6 foot bongs.
Union time.
6 feet, man. 6 feet. The nipple on the bong
Turn
is
them on.
about 3.5 feet.
You ever turn
know?
my mic off for Horty?
This is all glass.
Your mic
all
is
right?
on.
These big
Horty
ass
don't even
glass
fucking
bongs. I don't know how you gonna smoke out the motherfuckers, but they're beautiful pieces of art. And he's got like 8 different kind around there. So I'm walking around with him, and he's steadily slamming back them beers, but he just pouring them down, taking a couple of shots, banging it up, talking about.
As in tradition.
You know he was
right,
lit.
right.
You know he was
Vegas,
lit.
dog.
Loaded as a Christmas tree, all right? Dude, we standing by this pipe, and he explaining how Jerome gonna do. So what you was talking about? Jerome gonna do something.
No, I was telling you the history of Jerome Baker.
Yeah,
man.
he was telling me to hit. So he moves his arm around like this to make a move. When his arm moves like that, it hits the nipple of the pipe, and the glass. You could just see it hit it to the ground.
The $50,000 bong.
The 50, it was 60,000, huh?
Damn.
I don't know, but
But
either
the
way,
the neck was about $5,000 at least. The nipple.
or that was the bowl piece.
Yeah, the bowl.
The bowl piece was like
Dude.
the size of my head.
He looks up at me. Why you broke the man pipe?
No. All right, we're gonna get that video.
I said, what? He say, he did it. He did it. I said, hold up, man. I got a video of you. Good thing I had that video,
No.
dude.
Hey,
Good thing I had that video.
In that video, I
He was
looked
trying
at
to set
Jordan
me
and
up,
Jason,
bro.
and I was
Rodney
like,
King.
"Woo!"
Oh, man.
Dude.
All right, as a defendant, what is your story, Jerome?
Yeah, he
It got better. So just so you know,
The only good part
Jerome
of the-
Baker is not Jerome. That's Jordan and Jason. Jason's the glassblower. They're sitting there with Leafly and all these dudes doing an interview, and as I'm telling them this, I break the thing, and I'm fading. Yes, I am.
Did you hear that?
All right.
Admission of guilt.
Wait, Donnie hear that?
No, I said it. I did it.
All right, that's a
And-
microphone. You don't got to yell.
In the video, I sit there and I was like, "Look, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm so sorry." But they were cool about it. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, he was like, man, it's cool. Don't even worry about it. I'm like, man, this video gonna go viral like a motherfucker.
You got that video? I would like to see it.
It's gonna say douchebag breaks heady glass piece at Vegas Terp Fest.
Well, that you guys, I mean, obviously you are linked at the hip. Your family, you smoke his weed and he gives you weed. So
No, he never.
The best time was
never.
He doesn't give you the weed.
No.
This motherfucker.
Oh,
Jerome's
come on.
that dude that bumps into the turntables at the house party.
You know what I'm talking about.
Everybody's like, boo.
Yeah. You got it. You already know.
Dude, the
No,
first
that's
time
family,
I met him
bro.
was
That's
at Golf
family.
Beef, and it was
Yeah,
crazy.
he took
'cause
care of Matt Golf Beef.
Dude, one of my coworkers.
You know I got in trouble that day, huh?
Or he goes up to the DJ and says, "Hey man, can you play this song that goes like this?" You know,
what
in the middle of their set.
All right. Well, listen, we're here to talk grow. I want to hear more about your history, but let's talk some grow. We got Cody in Missouri, the beautiful state of Missouri. Cody.
Hello?
What's going on?
Hello?
You're on the air, my man.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. What's growing on?
I was actually going to ask you guys a question about some mothers.
Go ahead.
Have you ever ran them from seed and just cut clones from there? And
I don't fuck with mothers because they already have a kid, and that's how you're gonna end up with one too.
Okay, that's cool.
Only fuck single chicks.
Where's the hi hat for that one?
I got all fucked up with that one.
You can keep mothers from seeds. I mean, you need to know if they're female to be a mother. Otherwise, they're going to be males.
Well,
but
yeah, I understand you going back and calling through there, but after you initiate some of the clones in the flower.
yeah, ideally, you want to take cuts off your seed plants if you're pheno hunting, so you know what is what. And yeah, you could take a mother from there. I don't fuck with too many seeds though. You pop seeds, Jiggity?
Yeah.
I have. Oh yeah, yeah. You're jiggity too.
Well, he's Jiggity Cody.
No, he was asking you.
I don't even know how I became jiggity, by the way.
Just rewind tonight's episode.
Okay, but good.
No, but as far as seeds, I've done it back in the day. The first time I actually started growing, I watched a video about deep water culture and sea of green. And I basically popped like a huge jar full of seeds we collected out of some Mexican mids that we collected in Ensenada at the time for $25 for a Vons bag full. And
damn, mids for that cheap?
It was
that's like Oregon right now.
Dude, back in the day, it was like you're reading High
Good
Times,
life.
looking at all these seed things. You're like, I ain't ordering that shit to my house. Fuck that.
Right, you
All
couldn't. Right, you're right.
Keeping mothers from seeds.
Yeah, I mean, how big of a grow are you planning on doing?
Yeah, it's different spots. One's really small. I was just curious if you ever did just for the vigor, so you could get more clones off of it.
I mean, you can get if you can have vigor without it coming from seed. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that's got a lot of vigor and it's been clone only for fucking decades, probably. You know, like.
Right.
But
right.
If you have a couple different spots and you want to try to come up with something like that, maybe no one else around you has, or you have a good hookup on some seeds, or a buddy of yours ordered some seeds one time and got this one seed, whatever it's called, something Kush, and then it was pretty bomb and you liked it and you can get your hands on some of the seeds and you want to try it and come up with something. Sure, I mean there's a lot of benefits to it, but it's a labor of process, you know, like it's laborious. So and it takes time. And confifi, and so like it is what it is. I mean, but sure, I mean if you have a little space where you can pop some seeds and test a few out, take some clones off them, throw the clones in the flower room, see if they show female signs. If they do, flower them out, see what you got. If you think it's worth it, then maybe you have something.
And if you keep that mother around or that seed and you find out that it's female, buy the clones, flowering the clones, you can keep it as a mother. There's no reason why not.
Absolutely.
I just didn't know if you had done it before, if there's benefit for keeping it around longer. But like you said, obviously clones have been around since the fucking 60s. So
if you're going to keep a mother plant around and try to keep it long term, I suggest that you continually prune that thing, hedging it back, keeping it as small and short as you possibly can. A lot of times people will start a seed or get a clone and they'll veg it out to about 2 or 3 feet tall, and they'll take some clones off it, and it's still about 1.5 feet tall. And then by the time they need clones again, it's grown for 2 more months, and now it's 4.5, 5 feet tall. And then they go and cut some clones off the top of it, and then next thing you know, the plant's 7 feet tall, and they got to kill it because it's growing into the light. And so after you take your clones, you can go and hack that thing down to just a few small branches at the bottom with a couple leaves on them, and let it grow back from there, especially if you don't continually need to get clones off of it. If you need to constantly take clones from it, like after you take all the clones you need from the plant, hack it back a little bit and try to feel out how much you need to hack it back to allow it to grow, but to keep it short. You always want to keep it short. Don't trim off the bottoms and keep letting the top grow up. When you're done taking clones, chop the top off and let the bottoms grow up and out so you keep the plant small.
Cool. Okay. Thank you, man.
Hey, Cody, I'm going to send you some of the organics from Vermicrop swag pack that includes some of their dry amendments. I'm also, hey, can you not turn on we're doing a radio show right now, guys.
Uncle, show me something, player.
All right. It's called.
Try not to be disrespectful.
You're watching.
My bad.
To the
You're
guests.
watching Tekashi 6ix9ine stuff over there? Gosh.
Yeah.
I'm also going to.
Yeah, Treyway.
I'm going to send you some Smart Pots and some Heavy Tea Grow Show swag as well. Thanks for calling in, Cody. Good luck with those mother plants.
Thanks for the call, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Stay with
You
the
guys have a
show.
good
Keep
night.
up with the show.
That's right. Let's go to Ron. He's been hanging out for a second, too. Hey, Ron, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Heavy T?
Not much, brother.
Freaking, all right, like I told your operator, I've got a strain of Tangy skunk that I've had around, I don't know, 3-4 years now. And I went from DWC, recirculating DWC, into cocoa, and I had this plant, ran 8 weeks. And now she's running like, in the cocoa before finishing is running 10, 11 weeks. Am I doing something wrong at the end of this cocoa to make it stretch out that flowering time?
Okay, are you looking at the trichomes, or are you just seeing new flower development?
Trichomes.
Yeah, being in cocoa, it shouldn't make a big difference unless you were just way off with your soil run. But
No, he was in DWC.
Oh, he was in DWC. I'm sorry.
It'll be a little faster, but I wouldn't think it would be that much faster.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. It could be environmental. It's most likely environmental.
Most likely, because I'm in the process of tissue culturing the plant just to reset it. Because I've been, done
What
some
strain is
research
it?
and
Did he say
reset the
Tangy
vigor
skunk?
for the plant? Just doing a tissue culture. And do any of you guys have any?
Tangy is a little
experience
bit
with that?
longer. It's just pure Tangy is a little bit longer running cut. So that might be if that pheno is exhibiting more Tangy structure. But straight up, it's probably environmental. You're in Arizona. If it's a little hot, the plant will keep shooting out new growth. You'll probably get some foxtailing coming off of it. Look like little dreads coming off of it. But at some point, you got to stay on the trichome development as they start to turn milky and then amber. You got to pull them, right? And even if it's shooting out, a lot of people, and this for the other listeners, not just you, Ron, they'll just do an observation of what the flower looks like. And they're like, man, this still has white hairs, right? You hear it all the time. It has white hairs. It's not ready to go. Like, I have this strain cherry cobbler that the hairs don't turn orange or red. It stays a white, and then during the cure process, they'll wither a little bit, and they'll get a slight orange to them, like a tint of orange, So some plants won't even show that characteristic. But at the end of the day, look at the trichomes, and if you're worried about it going too long, you look at your environment, either the heat, the light intensity, or maybe a photo period problem where if your timer's fucking up once a week, it can stretch your flower time.
For your second question with the tissue culture, Bill Graham is a Bill Graham microclone, I believe. He has videos on YouTube. He was the first person to bring tissue culture to our industry. He also was part of Fresh Filter back in the day. He's been in the industry a long time. He did tissue culture with something else, and he was responsible for doing something like 50,000 tissue cultures of some shrub or something for some state or some. I don't know. You can look him up, but he's really well versed at it. He makes kits that you can use at home. He has videos showing you how to keep everything sterile. You could probably reach out to him on Facebook. He's a pretty personable guy, and I just know that he told me that if you tissue culture like genetics that are kind of old and beat up and worn out a little bit, if you tissue culture it and do it 4 times from the tissue culture, so tissue culture it, grow a plant, tissue culture that plant, grow it out, tissue culture it. He said if you do it 4 times, it resets the DNA at the base DNA level, and it will repair things that have happened to it and refresh the genetics. Now, whether or not that's true, I'm not really sure, but that's what he's told me in the past, and I've been interested in it for some old strains that are kind of beat up and don't really do that well anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm going through. This strain, I beat the hell out of it for, like I said, 3-4 years, and came across the tissue culturing thing online, and this is the first I've heard of doing it 4 times, but great info, not a problem.
Look at Bill. I think it's Bill Graham Microclone on YouTube.
Okay, I'll look that up. Yeah.
And you may have even been watching his videos the whole time, but he walks you through the whole process, tells you what you have to do, and he's an expert at it. At trade shows, he used to show up all the time, and he'd have little glass cigar tubes, vials in his pocket, and he'd hand out redwood trees to everybody. He'd carry them with him on the plane, and they're just in a little bit of gel in a test tube, basically.
Gel,
pretty cool shit. Pretty cool shit. But he has a great kit, and he's the man. You can reach out to him, like I said. It's Bill Graham Microclone on Facebook as well. I think also on Instagram. Cool. Ask him. He's the man.
I'm going to do that.
All right, man.
Hey, Ron, I'm going to send you some terpenators. So once you're starting to bloom, or when you're in bloom, like you are now, you're going to get a gallon of some terpenator and help make things AAA. Look out for the resin faker. Get some terpenator. Terpenator.com. And you're in DWC. Let me see what it might work.
Well, he just switched to cocoa.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm going to send you some smart pots as well.
Cool.
Unc's getting me so
shout
hot.
out to my local hydro shop?
Yeah.
All right, it's Plant Parenthood in Tucson, Arizona, man. They're brand new. They're taking care of everybody out here. It's freaking awesome.
Awesome name, too. Plant Parenthood. That's great.
All right, thanks. Yeah, that's a great one, dog. If Jerome's mom would have went to Planned Parenthood, I'm just kidding with you. Where did he go? He's butthurt?
He's out there rapping with Aaliyah.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a union break.
Union
Phone lines
time.
are open, 562-653-0707. We're here with Uncimo. I think we're going to have can of cigars coming in, too. We're going to get super blasted. We might just end up listening to Uncimo music the rest of the night. We'll see what's up. But it's Heavy T's Grow Show. The more you know, the better you grow on DFZRadio.com.
Hey, thanks for staying tuned, man. Stay with us.
More trees, less assholes, baby.
Shout out to my nephew Snoop for showing so much love to an old cat, baby. Thank you, Neff.
Yeah, this song's called Get High by Uncimo. Let's go.
I'll be back, baby. I don't smoke to get high. I smoke to survive. Let me take my medicine. I smoke it every day cause it keeps me alive. Let me take my medicine. It's a gift from my father and it heals my body. Let me take my medicine. So what if I get loaded? I ain't hurting nobody. God didn't make a drug, that shit is insane. He gave us a seed, you called it a weed. If a rich man sell it, he can settle for life. If a poor man sell it, he ain't seeing the light. Whoever made a crime should really do time. The only thing it does is just relaxes my mind. It's way better than your pills and your booze, cause all that shit does is just give us the blues. I don't smoke to get high, I smoke to survive. Let me take my medicine. I smoke it every day cause it keeps me alive. Let me take my medicine. It's a gift from my father and it heals my body. Let me take my medicine. So what if I get loaded? I ain't hurting nobody. It's not for the young and not everyone. But if you never tried it, then stop denying it. Open your mind and give it a try. You might even learn to love to fly. Yeah, look out. Snoop called me out on Instagram just so we could go in. Let me take my medicine. And I'm living in LA and guess what I do all day? Yeah, and when you went to the store and you forgot what you went for, did you happen to just... Yeah, so what if they stole my coat? Who gives a shit? I know what I'm gonna do. Let me take my medicine. Shit happens, baby. So what? Step over the shit? Let's go and... Yeah, that's what we do. Keep on moving no matter what happened. Let's just take it to the... Get high spot, baby. That's the best place you could be. Everybody, let me take my medicine. Share love, share marijuana with everybody. Let's go get. Let me take my medicine. Let me take my medicine.
DFCRadio.com.
Hey, I'm in the zone. Dude, this shit is
Sorry, Horty. Game over.
You're gonna go get the green pad, see? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go get it right now. Go on down to your local hydro shop. Tell them Shunny sent you. That's right, Shunny with the green pad. More CO2 in your garden. More carbon, more weight, see? You need to get that weight up to pay me back, see, Shunny? Go get the green pad junior. Put it in your cloning dome, see? You're gonna get some more roots faster. Cut days off your cloning time. More harvest year round. That's right, see? Activated by humidity. 35 to 50%, so make sure that's right, okay? Go to your local hydro shop, see?
That's right. Go there now. More root, more fruit, more fruit, more root.
That's right. Yeah.
Meow. Meow.
Every Wednesday night from 6 to 10 Pacific Standard Time, who's hooking you up with the dopest grow knowledge and the freshest grow gear?
Heavy T's Grow Show. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I love it.
Hey,
every day.
Thank you for
Every
the
Wednesday.
thank you for the birthday.
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other.
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com.
Boom! Happy birthday!
Hey, yo, this is Spanky Hayes, motherfucking Spanky Hayes, funny motherfucking Spanky Hayes. Shout out to DFZRadio.com.
Here we are, dude. Billy Graham, tissue culture. I know a lot of people out there, Bill, love tissue culture, but they're scared to even delve into it. How do they get into tissue culture? What do they got to do?
Well, that's what I've been doing all this time. I kind of led a lot of this way back when. I'm still in touch with the people who are using the kits every single day. I'm traveling with my tissue culture kit, and I'm not the difficult guy. I'm the one who makes everything easy. So it's really funny. It's the last time your listeners heard me was when I was in the studio, and our whole thing was put some plants into the tissue culture tubes. Those tubes are going to give you all your new clones forever. And that's all still there. And when everyone hears about tissue culture, that's what they see from what everybody's done with every other plant. What I wanted to share with your listeners today is that really just since like November, December, we started doing some shortcuts, and it was super cool. I wanted people to do this quickly and learn fast. So we would go in and we would take the user's clones, put them into the tissue culture tubes, and then grow them just for like two weeks, and we would take them out and put them right into rooting. So that way they knew how to start and how to finish, and then they were more interested in learning what to do in between. But what's very funny is it actually turned out that that's its own thing. Dude, this is going to blow your mind because you've seen all of this stuff before. I am making cuttings from trimmings when the veg plants are going into flower, and we're taking off those limbs that are just not really going to be anything, those toothpick thin branches. When I put them in the tissue culture liquid, your listeners can't see this, but we're going to describe it. It started as a little skinny thing 10 days ago. I'm holding a 4-inch tall test tube that's full of plant and leaf that's now almost as thick as a chopstick. This started as a toothpick, and this in 10 days it's gotten this big. I'm going to take this out, put rooting gel on it, and put this right into my plug tray. This is my new plant start. Number one is I was able to make good clones from what would be trash, but I've also got all the advantages of tissue culture. Everybody looks at tissue culture, number one, to get rid of mother plants. I took this from clippings. Number two is, as long as that liquid stays clear, this is disease free. So we already know no fusarium, no powdery mildew. This is clean. We've got that whole nutrient sugar boost, so this guy's really vigorous. Number three is this is also my genetic booster because I've got all the trace metals here and the hormone stimulation. And four, that hormone, this is the branching hormone. So tell your listeners, it's already branching and it's still in a test tube. This guy starts, these little branches, every leaf you see in this tube was not there. The piece that went in this tube was a 3-inch tall little naked toothpick with a little bit of green hair. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes that are already bushing out. And I'll grab any tube in that box and I'll tell you that's the same thing. Trim the bottom, put the root gel in it, root this in 10 days to root and a couple more weeks to start getting some good top growth. But from that clipping to a whole new veg plant you could take that clipping from again is about 8 weeks, which is exactly how long your veg plant from the first time took to flower. So I've just harvested Mom. She's already chopped up in the bud basket, and now the next generation is going in, and I'm putting my next bunch of clones in. So my veg plants are my clone donors.
Damn! Hey, wait. It's that easy, dude. Seriously, you just put the gel in there. You cut your plant at like week 3 because you're like, hey, dog, I gotta get some of this bottom crap out of there. It's gonna be nothing, dude. It's gonna be Schwarf right there. And then there it is, dude. He's got a whole paper right here with a drawing. Weeks 5 through 6, dude. There it is. Week 5, you're killing it. So seriously, how many? With the liquid that you provide, how many, you could do thousands?
You can. I'd sell a starter kit with 16 tubes and the liquid for $60. From there, you own the tubes and you'd only have to buy the liquid, which is going to be like $15. So for less than $1 per cut. This is not so much tissue culture as this is a clone conditioning kit. I've discovered a whole new step between cutting your clone and rooting your clone.
Damn! He just blew our mind right there, dude. A whole new step. He's just thrown it in our face like, yeah, dog. It was that easy. I did that, no problem.
This is what I do, man. I've got this in commercial sizes. I've got 1,000 tube kits. We can do any number of anything anybody needs, but the materials are prepared ahead of time, so you just buy bottles, tubes, and some of my special chlorine, And this stuff is so easy. I want to let everyone know right now, if you're putting this on the air in the area, we're at the Sonoma County Fairgrounds at the Canacon. I am taking users' clones right here today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Bring me a 4-inch clone with the leaves cut off, about a ½ an inch of leaf stem, and we will wash it and put it into tissue culture right here, and you can take it home for free.
Damn, Billy Graham right now. Hey, guys, you're probably going to hear this a little late. Billy Graham would have done it for you when you hear this. He would have cloned it for you, dude, and put it in his little tube in his solution. And the solution is great price. And you know what? He just knocked a whole step out for you, dude. He made it. Look at this. He's got a whole pack. Tubes are there. Liquids there. That's all you need. And Heavy T's Grow Show flyers right there. Billy Graham knows what's up. He's been a long-time listener, a huge fan. We're a fan of his. And we want to let you know, tissue culture is the future. Seriously. I mean, why else wouldn't it? It's not going to be the future, right?
This is a tool that everybody serious about propagation and serious about plant cleanliness and quality should include in their garden, even if you're a 16-plant garden. Boom, it's right there. We put 20 cuts in. Hell, I'll double them up in the tube. Bang! Now we got 32 clones in 16 tubes. Okay, maybe we lose 1 or 2 to contamination, but I still got 14 good tubes. 16 tubes giving you 28 clones.
Damn, player. That's what's up. Take that to the bank and cash it, player. Check out Billy Graham's tissue culture. Where do you find it on the internet?
PlantTC.com. Also at webhydroponics.com.
That's right. Say those 2 things one more time.
Webhydroponics.com, one word, and PlantTC. T as in tissue, C as in culture.com.
There it is. From Billy Graham's mouth. You better go check that site out and get your crazy ass tissue culture on. Get your clone on, guys. The new wave. The next step. I'm Duff with Billy Graham, and we out.
We're out.
Oh my God, grow.
EFZRadio.com. Hey, what's up? Shout out to my man, DJ Saint. My brother.
From Manila to Mendo, Santiago to San Diego, the war rages on. Everywhere gardeners struggle against the chains of tyranny, growers fight for their inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of higher yields. Voices around the world are raised in a chorus exclaiming, "No more! No more weak potting soils! No more trying to grow plants in a soil that doesn't have enough nutrients to sustain life." The people are rising up and demanding Sanctuary Soil's Victory Brand Superior Garden Mix. Victory Garden Mix, a blend of the best composted forest humus, peat moss, and perlite. Victory Garden Mix, teeming with worm castings, humic shale ore, fish, shrimp, crab, and kelp meal. Victory Garden Mix, rich with dolomite and gypsum lime, glacial rock dust, oyster shell, and azomite. The people cry out in unison proclaiming, "We demand the freedom to grow the best plants possible in the best soil available." Sanctuary Soil is answering your call, freeing you from the shackles of inferior soils. Sanctuary Soil's Victory Brand Superior Garden Mix, the best, highest quality planting mix available anywhere, is now available to you by the bag or by the truckload. For more information, contact your local hydroponics store or go online to sanctuarysoil.com. Sanctuary Soil's Victory Brand Superior Garden Mix, because together we can grow it.
All right, here we are. Check it out. Left Coast Wholesale. Yeah. James?
Andrew.
Why did I say James?
Close though.
I'm fucking an asshole. Andrew. Yeah. It's right there. Hey, hi, Andrew. Wait,
it
dude.
says it twice. And big
I got a lazy eye here, so let me check this out. Andrew Kramer. Are you from the dude that? Are you a son of the Kramer guy?
Cosmo, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Progeny.
Progeny, mate. Well, anyways, here we are. Left Coast Wholesale. I'm here with Andrew. Andrew, what's going on? You guys have all kinds of cool shit that you guys distribute across the nation. What are some of the few things you want to talk about today?
We got a couple things to talk about today, and we do have some cool shit that we do distribute through the nation. A few other countries too.
What kind of countries?
Australia. Spain, UK, British Columbia.
Those are huge countries, mate. Huge. Huge business going on. Huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be great. It's going to be just fabulous. No one's going to be able to do anything better than this.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big. It's going to be big league. Big. We go big over here at Terpinator here. Yeah. No, wait, left coast. I'm sorry. So go ahead. Andrew, tell us what's up.
I mean, you guys have been rocking the Terpinator for quite a while. There's not really too many new things I have to say about it. Same formula, same product, same thing that's been working for years.
But you guys got a new sticker.
It's pretty shiny. It sparkles in the right light. Kind of 3D, hologram. That's another word for it. Basically, I mean, this is, the world's #1 terpene producing product. It essentially provides the building blocks your plants can more easily produce terpenes. Whatever terpenes they produce, that's genetic. That's, they're going to be producing that same profile. This just brings up the levels. And I mean, with terpene profile comes up, also trichome size comes up, also extract yields comes up. I mean, win-win.
Boom, 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 winner. Yeah. I mean, we're just getting all kinds of terpenes going and just going to kill it, right?
Terp party over here, man.
Terp party with the Terpinator. Do you just pour it on top of your plants, or do you got to water it in?
I mean, technically, actually, before we released it, we fed plants just Terpinator undiluted for 2 weeks. It does not burn. So that's the nice thing. You can pretty much use it with any fertilizer out there. It's just a great addition to anyone's nutrient line, basically.
Go ahead and just use it with your stuff, guys.
Yeah, but I mean, if anyone ever is looking kind of for my preferred feeding program, they can always give Left Coast a call, and I'll go over with them and kind of go over their system and stuff like that personally.
There you go. You need help, call them up, bro. Left Coast is there for your help. And then what's up? What's next?
Garden spray. So this is actually from the same mines that brought you Terpinator. This is our insecticide. Every input in here would be approved for a USDA organic crop, and the nice thing about it is it's very concentrated. This gallon right here retails for $140. It makes 128 gallons of full strength spray. Yeah, the days of paying $30, $40 a gallon for something you'd be spraying are gone. I mean, you want to talk about big ag, you want to talk about large scale, you can't be spending that. So basically, we came up with a product, really nice and concentrated. I mean, I probably wouldn't spray it past 2-3 weeks in. It's an oil-based product, so. But at the end of the day, I mean, I've used it on russet mites personally. I've used it on spider mites personally. It has helped me out quite a bit, and it's a great component to anyone's IPM program.
There it is, guys. You heard it. Don't use it past week 3 because it's an oil, and that will just destroy your flower's taste and loveliness and all that goodness, right?
Oh, that actually smells really good.
Well, does it smell good? So I just spray it on me?
You might want to just spray it on there. It'll actually make it smell better.
So if you're growing that hay, I've grown a little hay. I'm going to get that garden spray and put it up on there, bro, because it's going to smell good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, do that. For sure do that. Yeah. And then what's the third thing here we have?
Third thing here I'm here to talk about is geopots. It's our normal one. I mean, kind of some of the things we do. Square bottoms, maximize efficiency, pack them on in. Quadruple stitched, fold over the tops, nice rigid edges. Hang some irrigation line over the top, doesn't collapse in on itself. We've been doing these for 2009. We go from a half gallon all the way to 1,000 gallons. We got handles, we got no handles, we got tans, we got ones with Velcro, we got whatever you need, yo.
We got it.
My nephew, Bob on the track. This Uncimo, baby. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm an OG. I'm a 60-year-old nigga with a bad.
We on, Hardy. Oh, we on. We are on. Don't turn my mic off, Jerome. He does not want to be called Jiggity or Grow Out Champion again. So he's now, don't turn my mic off, Jerome.
AKA.
How about not dirty Jerome? Old not dirty Jerome?
My mic's on?
Allegedly. Turn them on. We ain't going to shut you off, doggy. All right, Heavy T's Grow Show. We're back with Uncimo. We played our interviews from Bill Graham and from Terpinator.
Yeah.
And they slid in some geopot stuff.
Man, they slid that one in.
Geopots ain't bad.
What the fuck is a geopot anyway? I don't know.
It's a pot that comes from the
I don't know, but I've never grown almost 4 pounds out of one. I know I have out of a smart pot, though.
Well, that's right. Just simmer.
It's all good.
It's all right, Jiggity man.
Don't fuck with the imposter ass bullshit when you can fuck with the real deal. Holyfield.
There's the blood moon. Is Mercury and Gatorade or some shit right now?
Look, it's not Powerade, Gatorade. It's motherfucking Smart Pots and fuck the rest.
Oh right, damn.
That's right. Aggravated.
I know.
You know, earlier your anger. We need to address your anger, bro. What you was telling him earlier when he got so hostile with you earlier?
It was with you, not with me.
No, not with that thing. That's something else.
You said you met him in
He's
Vegas.
been getting hostile all goddamn night.
He's kind of hostile. You know.
Yeah.
We gotta get you.
He doesn't want his mic turned off, so we're not going to turn off his mic. You can't yell over Unc. Unc's a guest. He comes into our house.
He don't give a fuck.
I heard a song about that just recently, in fact. Let's go. Suave has a question with some love for Unc. Hey, Suave.
Rico.
Suave.
What's going on, man?
No, I was trying to ask Unc, hey, yo, who smokes more, you, Wiz Khalifa, or Snoop?
Well, if you call that a challenge, it don't make no sense to even try that, bro. No disrespect to my nephews, bro.
Robert Parrish.
But I've been smoking since 1967. I don't smoke to get high. Why do you think I made that song? I don't smoke to... These gentlemen will tell you, we've been smoking since I got here. I've been smoking all day. I don't smoke to get high, literally, dog. I do not get high. I just smoke because it's the best product I ever had in my motherfucking life.
Ooh.
He smokes to survive.
If I didn't smoke, I'd be smoking now for sure. But I smoke, so I understand.
You smoke cigarettes?
No, I smoke weed.
Medicine.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Call it medicine. Weed every day. I call it awesome.
That's awesome.
So that's what's up.
Best shit in the world.
I want to know, man, what's the difference? Well, I know what the difference is, but for someone that was partaking in 1967,
oh man,
compared to what we have now, my parents call it marijuana. They're like, I can't even smoke that marijuana you got. You got some other shit to cut down. I'm like, here's some leaves.
Look, you used to go to jail for carrying papers. You had a pipe and it had ash in the pipe. You go to jail. Oh, that was paraphernalia.
My father did 3 years in state pen for a roach.
For a fucking roach. So even if you just had paper, they called it paraphernalia. They would take you downtown back in the days. Yeah, it was real serious, man. But if people didn't know they had different qualities of weed, let's straighten that out right now, because everybody think, oh, you just had one kind of weed back in the day. No, you always had good weed. You used to could get a bag of weed, a whole fucking lid, for $10. It was a lid, just the size of an ounce, $10. That was the weed you got.
4 fingers.
Right. Or you can go buy a matchbox of weed for $10. That was the high grade weed. A lot of people didn't fuck with the high grade because you could get a $10 matchbox. You ain't got with something that little bit of weed. They were saying, man, fuck that. That ain't enough of my money. So they had better weed. You just had to buy it, you know.
Yeah. Well, what about hash? Back in the day, them rocking hash after Vietnam and things coming back over from
Germany and shit. That's when hash.
Big ass war that was a world war, but it was in the Southeast Asia, right? That's where the
so they
battlefield
could get more
was.
heroin to bring here.
But the Moroccan hash, you ever partake in the real Moroccan hash back in the day?
Yes, indeed. Everybody, man. Hash was big back, but it wasn't the form that it is today. It wasn't in a wax
It was
form.
almost like a finger hash, but they didn't collect it on their fingers. They beat the plants over like a chicken wire and collect the product that came off of it.
Right, and now together it's a whole different new ball game. You know, they're clowning with it now, man, especially in Denver.
Where's your diamonds at, Unc? Especially in Denver.
Dog, no.
You're
listen,
in Southern
listen.
No,
I'm talking about the way that the mind culture and the set of the people. I know California got a lot of wax growing up, but look, guess what? I lived in Denver a whole year.
Okay.
They are not smoking no fucking more. Denver is waxing. It's it almost damn near. I mean, I have to look for motherfuckers who want to smoke a joint, literally.
Well, that's because their weed's so shitty.
Well, because it dries out so fast.
I'm just fucking with
No,
Denver.
no.
Shout out to the Denver homies.
No disrespect to Denver. I lived there, yeah. Like somebody asked me today, where's the best weed at? And I had to be frank. That was you asked me that, huh, Jerome? No, that wasn't you, because you were over.
Maybe that's
Jerome
why it's so
thinks
hostile.
this is the best weed in the world.
That's why
Jerome
I say
grows some fire.
For
sure.
He does. But somebody asked me today, where's the best weed? And like I told them, to me personally, I lived in Colorado, I lived in Louisiana, I traveled a lot. I was in Portland for a while. Portland got good weed too, but to me, LA got good weed. The northern part of California got the best weed.
No way.
I'm sorry, dog. As far as on a large scale, I'm not saying y'all don't have the best growers down here and great growers. You do. You have some great growers. Like y'all grow some serious shit down here. But
I
on a
used to
larger scale, they have a better outside growth for sure because of the conditions that they're growing in.
Right. I just don't like outdoor weed because it has bird poop and dust and leave your car parked outside for 2 months without washing it. Look how dirty it gets.
Yeah,
And so I like the cleaner indoor, like
Listen, for
scientifically
our
grown weed.
NorCal homies and our brethren, our California brethren up there, they do grow fire. They've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
I do prefer indoor
I do
grows,
too.
but a lot of the Southern California areas, high desert and altitude where it doesn't get so hot, where they have rich resources in groundwater. You basically have full sun all the time, and it never gets above 90. You know, you're at 4,200 feet. It comes out fire each and every single time.
The sun is intense out
and,
here.
And with the extremes of NorCal, from cold to really hot to really dry or really moist, depending where you're at. I mean, inland you go, it's super hot and dry. You go out to the coast. It's fucking foggy and super wet where you get moldy.
Too wet. Yeah, a lot of times too wet.
But nonetheless, I mean, I just want everyone out there to be growing the best that they can in the best conditions. So that's what we're trying to do here at Heavy T. I mean, Suave, I appreciate you calling in for Unc. You got anything else for him?
I tell him.
When you gonna drop some more music, man?
I got
into the mic.
I got a lot of cats want to do some collabing with me right quick. I'm waiting for my nephews, man. To be honest with you, I'm working on getting with Wiz and with Wiz or either Snoop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm working towards. Shout out to all my nephews. Not that I don't want to work with everybody, but dog, I'm sitting on this mic by the power of God. I'm not a rapper per se, literally. I'm just an artist. God gave me the power to make some music that's selling, but I'm not a rapper. I don't sit in the studio 24/7. I don't have the knowledge of the kids that's putting all that hard work, and shout out and respect to all y'all that's making that music. My only message to y'all is that you don't have to follow the trend. You don't have to make the same, to me, some of the music, garbage that a lot of kids are making. They're trying to make what I call radio music. Bitches, hoes, killing motherfuckers and all this shit. And you're not making real messages with your music. Have fun with your music. Make a message with your music. Let your message mean something where people can understand what you're saying. I'm going to try to get a lot of old folks into rap, listening to rap that never listened to rap before in their life. I'm 67, so they're going to be like, well, I got to hear what this old motherfucker got to say. At least I'm
Right.
giving them something they can understand.
I've got a bad knee, too.
Yeah.
I can relate.
Hello.
I like smoking weed, too.
Gas was 50 cents a gallon.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shit.
I remember that. Yeah, had to tune up the points in the Chrysler.
Hello.
No, Daddy had a deuce and a quarter. Diamond in the back. Sun rooftop.
Serious, man. Shit.
Oh, snap. All right. Thanks, Suave.
All right, man.
Appreciate you,
Oh,
my
yeah.
brother.
I'll let you know I'm going to send you a Heavy T swag pack as well.
I remember when Termites got my Model T wheel.
I mean,
Ate it up.
Uncimo, we have a large following here in Southern California. You know that. We grassroots here out of our hydro shops in Southern California. And, I mean, you're here now. You're doing a lot of events. I know you're going this weekend, right? The Industry Nights, August 4th. DFZ, Hydro Chef, and Heavy T Grow Show are all sponsors. It's hosted by the Pop Brothers at Law. Cannabis Talk 101. It's at Envy Lounge in Costa Mesa, California. Doors open at 9 p.m. It's upscale attire, so make sure you dust off your flipper-floppers. It's 21 and older. Share the flyer from DFC Radio Instagram page and show at the door for free entry. Come on down for free.
Yeah,
now,
man.
you're gonna be there. You
Yeah.
got dressed to the nines. What you got?
Yeah, I got to put a little outfit on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like you, man. I'd rather be on some flip flops, some comfort shit. You know what I'm saying? Where I can relax. But I mean, it's that kind of event, so you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, so I got to dress up and come out stepping. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure you'll do just fine. And the 420
You gonna
nurses.
get some fish tank pumps?
I know. I don't think I'm gonna get that far into it.
What else is going down though? That's this weekend. You're booked all throughout the next couple months.
Through 2030.
2000. You were just telling me a bunch of stuff. You got so high.
Well, that's what you got me smoking a pound of goddamn weed.
You're a 6-year-old rapper with a bad memory.
Hey, you say the same shit to Snoop?
Yeah.
You got me smoking a goddamn pound of
Fucking
weed.
right. That
Hey, well, you can tell him, hey, I know some white boys that are kind of like you,
got me
dog.
smoking a pound of fucking weed. Shit. Fuck.
All right, it's all good.
But I had an event that was supposed to be coming up on the 18th, a good event. I don't want to go into it because I'm not sure of what and where, but it's going to be supposedly on the 25th of August.
Okay.
But it's definitely going to be in the LA area now. If I'm not mistaken, my nephew might be on the bill. Too Short. Shout out to my nephew.
Nice.
Hey, you know I love that nigga so much. You heard I put him in my song, the one when I said life is too short.
Yep. No, which song is that?
That's I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I don't. Well, I gotta listen again.
I believe it's I don't give
I gotta listen again. I'm so high every time I hear your music that I don't listen.
I think it's on. You know, I'm high as a motherfucker.
No, you don't remember your own lyrics. Oh shit, it's going down.
See, man, I could have the right to get all time of shit.
Go to Uncimo. It's UNCIMO on Instagram. Check. He's gonna
Not
post
all
his upcoming events. Cannabis cures that, man. You need to smoke more.
All day, every
Let's talk
day.
to Bob real quick. He's in the garden. Bob in the garden.
What up, Bob?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, Bob? Hey, man, I'll get to your message on Instagram soon, man.
Cool.
I try not to be
that.
all caught up on that shit.
No worries, man. No worries. I'm keeping busy. But yeah, I'm just getting excited, getting ready for the Indo Expo and everything. So I'm just trying to get ready for the being gone for the weekend, which I'm kind of scared about. But anyways.
You'll be good, man. It's in August. It's August 4th and 5th, right? So it's this weekend. And it's in Portland, and you go there. You're with fam and stuff too. So if you have anxiety and things you got to deal with, man, you'll be good. You're with family.
No. I'm stressed out about leaving the girls alone for that long.
Oh shit! Well, that's anxiety too, dog.
Really
Then you get that little monitoring system, little scout system.
That's your children. You know what I'm saying?
I got a helper to poke their head in and just check on things and make sure everything's watered. But yeah, so part of the question of the call is with cocoa, because I'm used to hydroponic systems, you got to circulate, everything's just go. But with cocoa, doing the microbes and the beneficial, the application rates to some of the supplements that you can put into your feeding schedule, because you're supposed to be feeding them every day. And I just wanted to know when's the best practices to add certain ones, before a feeding, after a feeding, mix it in with the food. What's your usual go for the cocoa?
Well, first of all, you don't necessarily have to feed your plants every day because you want to let the cocoa dry out.
Yeah, for sure.
So depending on the pot size, whatever. Hopefully you're not having to feed every day because as you go further into bloom, you're going to have to be feeding multiple times a day, and that's going to suck with the dedication you're going to have to put into it.
every day.
But it just
I
depends.
Feed them hard and long.
But also you'll want to add those beneficials per the instructions on them. Most of your additives these days are pretty well dialed in. If you're nervous about it, start at half strength. But usually you can run most of the beneficials at the maximum strength of what they recommend. Water it in with your food, and try not to be using too much. Like you don't necessarily have to use 10 different types of beneficial bacteria. Just get one or two all-purpose.
Yeah. Well, and Bob, look, you can mix it all in just like it's a hydroponic method. So your recipe can include all of your additives. If you're using salts, though, you may want to inoculate aside from your normal reservoir, your normal feeding, just because heavy salts will dehydrate microbiology. So you want to get the full benefit of it. As they go in there, they're going to get dehydrated anyways when you water through it. But you let them start reproducing, they get on the root zone, and hopefully you can keep their population up and feed them certain things, too, to keep them up and kind of counteract the salts. Humics, fulvics, carbohydrates, those are all good food for those.
Another thing that he could do, Heavy T, is when he feeds, after he's done watering, mix up a small batch of water with your beneficials in it, and then use a small cup, like a big gulp cup or something like that, and just scoop up some water and kind of pour it around the top of each plant after you've just fully saturated it.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I was wanting to know. Is when's the best time to really apply those particular ones? Because I know that for any kind of microbial or
the best time is in
fungicide,
planting. The best time is to plant it, dust the roots with your beneficials, and when you plant, and then you could re-inoculate.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some transplanting tonight. That's another thing that I know that's going to help and kind of ease my stress because they're going to be a bigger container, so that's going to help them not worry about drying out and everything. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of the adding a lot of this stuff inside the cocoa and other things that I amend inside my cocoa. So
yeah, I mean, Jiggly, you use beneficials in hydro, right?
Right.
And rockwool even. It's the same idea, except cocoa is a little bit more forgiving environment for those beneficials opposed to rockwool. But
You just got to re-inoculate more often if you're in a block because it doesn't give it the same type of environment where it's going to colonize
that's
properly.
a large either.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's, at least once to twice a week minimum, but a lot of people add the bacteria to their feed every time they feed. I can't do that with the dosatron. We don't run bacteria through it.
I've heard doing too much of some of the beneficials, and especially like recirculating hydroponic systems, offsetting the pH too much, things like that with temperatures and issues and things like that. So I just usually I'm sticking with those really on the cocoa because I know it's a lot more friendly.
There you go. And the beneficial, the living things. If you're using drippers, you don't want to put those through there anyways as well. If you're hand watering or using a hose or some type of watering method that has a large opening, fine to put it in there. And with it, some of it's gonna die off. But if you're using like 1/4-inch line or smaller, you don't want to put anything that has basically waste product. Right? If it's a lot of powder, what you're going to get is some waste product in there. You're going to get some of the byproduct that they put in there as food. And as things die and settle, it's going to clog up your entire system. And then week 4 or 5 of bloom, you're on your knees below the canopy changing hoses and dripsticks out. And that's not very fun when you're 300 pounds, Bob.
After you realize a couple of plants are wilted and you look in, they're bone dry.
Yeah.
They would just start to wilt, Horty, and I'd be on it like Batman.
Yeah, and as far as like the enzymes, that's always good to usually keep in any of your reses, right? All the time.
If you're trying to keep the res clean, if you're trying to break down dead and dying root mass, if you're trying to make available all of the salts that may have built up, not a lot of salts built up in cocoa, but if you're adding microbiology, they actually create enzymes within the root zone, okay? So I use my enzyme formulas as a cleanser. If I overdid something and I might have frizzle fried the root zone where now I have basically root that feeder roots have been fried off. I will use enzymes to break it down and abrase the root zone, which will lead to more feeder roots coming off of it. I will also use it if I want to reuse a grow medium, water it down to break down any root mass that is in there. If I overdid it in, let's say, a soil or even a recirculating hydro system, using enzymes will break down heavy metals that may build up in the root zone. It's kind of a reset for the plant and a cleaning agent for your grow medium. It doesn't do a lot. It may make the hydro folklore, as it may make some nutrient more available, but that may just be a byproduct of how it abrases the root zone and creates more feeder roots. Right? But if you have good biology in there, it should be doing that anyways. Mycorrhizae does a similar action, except it also pulls in salts and it acts as a little protectant around the root zone.
Yeah,
Unc's looking at me like I'm speaking Japanese.
Yeah, I do like 1 week the micro, and then like the next week I'll do a little bit of the fungi. So I do kind of a little application of each sometimes, alternating.
Okay, well, know which ones work together. When you start adding bacteria, like a trichoderma bacteria, that is going to be something that you use a couple, 2-3 weeks into bloom. You don't want to use it too soon because it's so dominant that it will kill off all your beneficial fungus. It will kill off all the other beneficial bacteria. It eats everything, both good and bad. And it helps create some root zone, but you want to have the fungus, the fungal aspect of whatever biology you're using, help develop your root zone, and then introduce the trichoderma to help keep the root zone clean.
Yeah, because this is a lot different from me. From me going from hydroponics, like, aeroponics, no root, nothing to keep the roots, and they just dangle in the air, and then going to this where now it's like I gotta try to keep this little ecosystem happy.
I feel you. Treat it just like your hydro, just like you were. Water it when it needs it. You're not going to be watering it so often, obviously, continuously in a recirculating system like a DWC. But so you're going to water it maybe once a day, maybe once every other day, and don't try to overdo the biology. Put some in there every couple weeks, every 10 days or so.
Okay.
Real easy.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, Bob, I'm going to send you a swag pack. You got something else?
No, go ahead. Tell him what you're
Yeah,
saying.
and also for Uncimo, I just wanted to say, shout out, respect. These guys know I've been kind of doing a little work and support towards the vets and a particular cause, the 22 Too Many. So, and actually, I know I talked to you guys about the T-shirt and everything, and it kind of works out. I'll be able to grab some of their T-shirts and kind of represent their cause when I go around all the booths and everything at the Indo Expo.
Yeah, and that's a great cause. As a vet yourself, with Uncimo, talking about veteran suicide.
It's too many, man.
And what's going on, it's crazy. And Bob's been doing a lot of work. But Bob, I'm going to get you some shirts as well, not for this expo, but I'm going to floss you out, okay?
For sure, man.
Hey, Boz, do me a favor. Go hit me on Instagram, UNCIMO, Uncimo.
Yeah,
go hit me on
sure.
Instagram and direct message me so I can get my info and we can talk, man, because definitely
Sure,
I need...
I'm Bob the gardener.
Yeah, for straight, man.
I see you on here. So yeah, first thing I'll do as soon as I get off the phone here is I'll get on Insta and definitely add you, man.
And Bob stands for Big Old Buds.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, that's my new product.
Yeah.
My flower.
Oh, tell me all about it.
All right, it's called Bob, and it's in the garden. Actually, Bob the gardener is my first spokesman. That's right. All you got to do is pour this on your plantalones and watch them get so big and hard. It's Bob the Gardener Flower Booster. Bob stands for Big Ol' Buds. Available now at all Walmart.
Better get him.
All right, Bob. Thanks.
Tell him, Bob.
Remember when Dr. Duff used to do that and sucked at it?
Yep.
Chris, what's going on?
Hello.
Hey, Chris, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. What's your question?
Just a quick follow-up. I'm using MaxiGrow right now, man, and it just seems to be harming my plants to the fullest. At first, it was doing pretty good, and now that I stopped using it or backed off of it just a little bit, it just seems to be dying.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have backed off of it. Why did you back off?
Just because it seemed like it was too potent. It just seemed really concentrated, I guess you can say.
What do you mean it seemed concentrated? Did the plants look healthy?
Nah, they're starting to build this like a burn tip, like the outer leaves starting to burn a little.
Okay, well, let's start from the beginning. How big are the plants, and what are they? Are they in soil? What hydro?
No, it's deep water culture.
Okay, you're in DWC, and how big are the plants?
About 2 feet.
Okay, and what kind of DWC? Is it a recirculating DWC or just individual buckets with their own air stones?
Individual buckets.
Do they connect to a main reservoir, or do you have to fill each one separately?
Separately.
What's the temperature in your room?
About 75.
Okay, and are you letting the water get too low?
That's probably one of the problems. Yeah.
Did you add extra air stones to the actual buckets, or did you just go with what they gave you?
I go with what they gave me.
Okay, well, they don't usually hold a lot of water. How do the roots look?
They look pretty healthy from my perspective, but
okay. And do you have a pH and EC meter?
I do not.
You do not. So you're mixing with tap water?
Yeah, correct. I know it's bad.
Yeah, it's okay. Where do you live at?
Right here in Whittier.
Okay, yeah, Whittier doesn't have very good water. Neither does where I live either. I'm not hating on Whittier, by the way, everyone in Whittier. So the tap water that you're using isn't necessarily the best, right? But you don't have a pH or EC meter, so you don't really know what the pH or the EC of what you're feeding the plants is.
Yeah,
so it could be a pH.
It
could be a pH issue, and if you just keep topping off what's in there, eventually you may end up, especially if you're letting the water drain down and it may be concentrating what's left in the bucket, and then you're pouring more on top. You don't really know what it is because you don't have a meter. You can't grow hydroponically without a pH and EC meter because you're growing blind. You have to know the pH and the EC in order to have a successful hydroponics grow. If you were in soil and doing organics and you were mixing organic nutrients and pouring them in and there was microbial activity, the plant would adjust to what it needs in the soil zone, but that doesn't happen in hydro. Whatever you're giving it is what it's getting, so it has to be dialed in. So you need a meter to know what the problem is, and you're not going to be able to solve the problem without a meter because you're just going to be guessing at what you think it is, like you did when you cut back on the nutrients a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah, and also on the medium in the basket, what are you using in there?
It's not the little It's their gray stones. They're stones.
Okay, the little gray stones, the ones
Yeah.
that look like volcanic rock or whatever?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. And that's a lot better than those little round red pebbles, right, Heavy T?
I don't know, man. So, like, straight into grow stones or recycled glass?
Well, no, he's
or the
his
okay,
plant-
I've planted directly into diamite.
He's not talking about that. He's
Silica rock.
growing the plant in a bucket with a air stone like a DWC.
Gotcha.
And he's letting the water level get a little low.
I
And
know.
he started
You talked
noticing
about
some
grow
tip
medium.
burn.
I heard all that.
So he pulled it. Okay, so
You asked me
he's-
if gray stones are better than hydrogen.
Oh, okay, that's good.
No, you asked me that one.
You're correct. I did ask you that.
So the gray stones, what are they? Are they grow stones? Are they diatomaceous earth? Are they
it's
silica
the
rock?
Greystone brand, right?
Oh, 1 second.
I don't know anything about gray stone.
They're grow stone.
Growstone.
Just
Yeah.
There you go. I thought it was some DH hydro shit.
I mean,
DH wholesale.
I'm not real big on planting directly into those grow mediums. I would prefer hydrogen. I might mix in some grow stones to keep pests at bay, but I've heard growers complain about pH rising way too quickly with those.
Are they
and some
actually
other
watering those though?
Yeah, as a rather than a grow medium amendment as a straight grow medium.
Right.
I haven't heard the greatest things about. And you've worked in shops,
But he's having success with it. He's just now his plants are acting weird. What do you think?
Well,
the
he's blaming
problem
the
is?
newt. He's blaming the newts, and I'm thinking that if those aren't working well with the water and nutrient as it gets bigger, that could be a problem. You worked at the Green Coast Hydro for a long time. You ran their commercial division, Jerome. With that, have you ever recommended someone plant directly into the grow stone? I just have not heard great things about it.
The thing is no matter what medium you're growing into or transplanting into, if you have somebody that's actually had experience with that and they are successful at what they do and they could sit there and kind of like training wheels take you through the whole process, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But if you're going to do something on your own where you don't have somebody with that professional knowledge on hand to ask every question, put yourself in a position where you can actually be successful. And, you preach cocoa all the time. I would say do cocoa over soil only because you have full control of all the nutrients that you're putting inside to the plant. They're just minerals. The plants, no matter what plant you're growing, survive on minerals, and it's just NPKs. So knowing what that plant needs is one thing. Putting it into a medium that you don't know necessarily the water retention rates, the porosity in the air mix, and how fast it's going to dry out, because not many people do that. It's a low percentage. You go out there and Google search, drip feeding systems for Hugos and Rockwool, or soil systems in 3-gallon pots or cocoa pots. You're going to be able to find information. If you look up people directly planting into grow stone, you're not going to find very much. Now, I would probably
We interviewed the inventor a long time ago,
Yeah.
and I want to say he said use it only as an amendment then.
I mean,
And
I
then they
would
came
treat it
out
like
with
hydrogen, maybe.
Yeah, there's something about it that changes the pH or something. I don't know. I don't want to speculate what it was, but I specifically remember, and I know that growers that have tried it. I mean, I tried to plant directly into the silica rock, the old
Hygromite?
Diatomite, right? And hygromite was a version of diatomite.
Right.
It was just the brand name was hygromite, and the plants always were in that fucking claw funk. Like they were just going to bombard it with silica, and I think it was probably locking out certain things.
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, I saw this on a forum, or I saw it in a High Times fucking Ask Ed, and Ed, I brought it up to him, and he said he didn't agree with me, and I said, I got that from you, Ed.
But
I digress.
but I think that the major problem that you have right now, even if you're using the tap water and you can let it sit out and let it bubble or aerate to get some of the chlorine out. You want with the chloramide out, there's products you can use that pour in there that will lock that stuff out of there for you that are available at the store that make your water cleaner. But ultimately, the major problem that you probably are having right now is that you don't know the pH or the EC of the solution you're feeding.
Ding ding.
All right, there you go, Chris. Hey, Chris, I'm going to send you some general hydroponics
I couldn't hear you guys cut out.
Oh, I'm just saying you got to get a pH and EC meter, like a Blue Lab combo meter. It's absolutely imperative that you have
What
that.
about the media? Do you guys recommend me?
I would go to hydrogen.
If it's working for you right now and you're in the middle of a
not,
grow,
though.
I mean, you obviously can't change it. I mean, his roots, he said, are healthy. He just said that the plants are just looking weird, and he doesn't know what to do with the nutrients, and it's because he doesn't have a meter. He doesn't know how hot it is,
Well, you know what?
the pH
Then send
is.
him a meter. Send him a truncheon meter. Go
Then
ahead,
you still need to get a pH meter. So Heavy T will send you a truncheon meter to check your EC
or your ppm,
and
then it doesn't have to be calibrated, and he can stir it up. He can put it in his maxi grow and stir it up.
And then also, now that you're getting that,
Like
you
stir fry.
need to go get a pH meter. And right now, you probably need the pH meter more than you need the EC meter, as long as you mix a little bit light. You know what I'm saying? But the pH is the key to the hydro.
No, what are
if
you
the
saying?
pH isn't proper, then the plant can't absorb the nutrients that it needs. And you may think you're overfeeding, underfeeding, but you may be just not giving it the proper pH range, so it's basically not getting the proper nutrition. So go buy a pH meter tomorrow and get a Blue Lab pH meter. When you get your truncheon, then you can dial in the EC.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, don't grow DWC if you don't have a pH meter. You're right, Horty. I don't even know if we needed to go all that far about grow medium. You don't have a pH meter? Call me back when you do. Right. What's the pH of your beard right now? Is it alkaline?
Well, it's 4.20.
It's acidic.
It's acidic.
Yep.
It's Buck. He's salty
Now,
tonight.
I wanted to clear up one point. If you
Go
got
ahead,
it.
player.
I don't want you to get it twisted. I need the people to know that the regular people that's just starting out need to know where did they do. Should they go with the soil? Should they go with the? And I know about the canopinators and the toniculators and the trachinators and
the
shit
facilitators.
Yeah, I know about all those. You know what I'm saying? But
People should start with soil.
The ballasters.
If you're just starting out and you don't know, if you stupid like me, not stupid, I don't want to say that word, but if you
it's uneducated
if you
on
never,
the topic.
right? If you're stupid like me, because I'm stupid, motherfucker. If you're stupid like me and you just starting out, you got to start out. He said, start out with soil.
I agree.
Should he get a clone? Should he get seeds?
Clone is probably easier. Instead of having to germinate a seed, grow it out. What if it's a male?
So
You know what I mean? Then you got to throw it away, get another seed, hope you get a female.
So if he's
It
doing a
takes
little
one
personal
step out of
grow, if you're doing a little personal grow, because that's how I started out in one little bit, one
Yeah, get some
bedroom
clones.
apartment, and I got the little tent that you zip up and close in
Yep.
at night. And I think I started with 2 plants. And I had to get the lights. Well, I fucked up because I didn't get
some soil, some mission
a
fertilizer,
ventilation.
some
I didn't
mission
get- man,
fertilizer.
I didn't get
Get a
nothing.
Fantech fan,
I
some
was
mission
so fucking-
fertilizer, put some smart pots down, and get a horticultural lighting group 550. And you'll be growing that fire.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to hook me up, dog. I'm going to have one of my mama. You know what I'm saying?
You can call in. You want to run outside real quick and ask us a
Call
grow
in.
question?
All right, give me a
We
minute.
get even fucking with you. All right, 562-653-0707. We're going to put a bow on this thing pretty soon, so call in. Phone lines are open. The news is coming up. The grand prize question is coming up. Oh, some more emo right now. It's Heavy T's Grow Show on DFZ
Wait,
Radio.
Emo got all this kind of music?
.com.
And now I'm about to make your old ass move like you ain't never moved before, boy. Yeah, so now you gonna kill me with this damn beat, man. That's slow down. Yeah.
I ain't Snoop Dogg and I ain't trying to be Wayne. They call me on emo and I'm doing my thing. I made it to world star, I stole a little fame. Now everybody know that I'm deep up in the game. Deep in the game. Deep in the game. Deep in the game, yeah. Everybody know that I'm deep up in the game. I'm a bona fide, certified, classified fool. And of course you know I'm really old school. When my ladies call, my boy stands tall. And when we get together, we be banging up the walls. I don't need no Viagra, I'm too well put together. I use God's gift, that's what make me do it better. I'm from the 504, and you already know. Although they say I'm old, I give a hell of a show. I'm a bona fide, certified, classified fool. I'm a bona fide, certified, classified fool. I'm a bona fide, certified, classified fool. And of course you know I'm really old school. I ain't Snoop Dogg and I ain't trying to be Wayne. They call me on emo and I'm doing my thing. I made it to world star, I stole a little fame. Now everybody know that I'm deep up in the game. Deep in the game. Deep in the game. Deep in the game, yeah. Everybody
face, I'm rewriting the game. Say hello to my friend, it's called my ink pen. I'm writing this shit like Edgar Allan Poe, and probably in tracks so I can shake my SMO. Shooting videos in LA, rolling dice in Vegas, doing sex with Kermit Ruffin, and you know that we be puffin'. We burning up that bush till neither one of us could see. And the good part is, now they here to see me. I ain't Snoop Dogg and I ain't trying to be Wayne. They call me Uncimo and I'm doing my thing. I made it to worlds and I stole a little fame. Now everybody know that I'm deep up in the game. Deep in the game. Deep in the game. Deep in the game, yeah. Everybody know that I'm deep up in the game. I'm still new to the game and I already found pain. I lost my old lady, she couldn't handle the fame. Now I'm free as a bird and I'm flying so high. I finally reached out and grabbed my piece of the pie. So what if I grabbed a tad bit too much? It's a big ass pie, so what's all the fuss? Stop hating on me, talking about I'm too old. They say I need to be taking Geritol. Stop hating on me and find some fame of your own. And maybe together we can save the rap game. Let's do it for Tupac and Biggie the same. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I ain't Snoop Dogg and I ain't trying to be Wayne. They call me Uncimo and I'm doing my thing. I made it to worlds and I stole a little fame. Now everybody know that I'm deep up in the game. Deep in the game. Deep in the game. Deep in the game, yeah. Everybody know that I'm deep up in the game.
DFCRadio.com.
Woo! Ow! Love that money.
Ht Grow Show, baby.
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiall 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the VermiBat Guano Fertilizer and the VermiBlood Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky Richter timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With Nanolux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to Nanolux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a duff man. For more information on Nanolux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXTECH.com.
What is? Hey, are you a soil grower and tired of using salt and synthetic-based fertilizers and not getting the results that you wanted? Well, for hydroponics, those products work great. But in soil, they suck. All those feeding schedules are out of range for what we think is good for soil growers. Mission Fertilizer is a new product on the market that's specific to soil gardening. They have a Grow, Bloom, and Boost. It's a super premium organic 1 part grow, 1 part bloom, and 1 part boost. It's a feeding program that can be used in bag soils like Ocean Forest and Happy Frog, Victory Mix, or Empire Builder, even Roots Organic, Royal Gold, and so forth. It can be used in any soil mix. Super simple to use, 1 part grow, 1 part bloom, and 1 part boost to get the most out of your garden. It's organic listed, pH stable, and safe to use with tap water. No need to ppm or EC or pH your tap water if you're mixing in Mission Fertilizer liquid. Go to missionfertilizer.com, grow the best, and see the proof is in the plants.
DFCRadio.com.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Hey, bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium cocoa nutrient, Cocoa Tech A and B, man. It's an aggressive formula for increased yield during the flowering phase.
Wow, so this is made specially for cocoa?
You better believe it, man. It comes with easy-to-use 2-part formula. Formulated aggressive growth and superior blooms. Whoa, bro. Yeah, man. Tell 'em, Bob.
This aggressive formula contains proprietary blends of calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocoa Tech Premium Nutrients with Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man.
You are listening to Heavy T's Grow Show on DFZ Radio Network.
In this corner, Clonex Root Maximizer contains indoor mycorrhiza and a vascular mycorrhiza. Both are known for being beneficial to the majority of plants. The competition contains ectomycorrhiza, specifically beneficial for fir trees and not the majority of plants. Clonex Root Maximizer, created in vivo, meaning it's created in living roots. The competition, created in vitro, meaning it's created in test tubes and petri dishes. Clonex Root Maximizer, created in soil-like medium with natural organisms. The competition, created in inert medium like oil, dry, or kitty litter. Clonex Root Maximizer contains microbial diversity. The competitions include organisms that are irrelevant, like ectomycorrhiza fungi. Clonex Root Maximizer, winner, new champion, winner.
Mycorrhiza is a beneficial root fungus that increases the surface area of plant roots, which allow the plant to reach nutrients that might not be available otherwise. Put simply, mycorrhiza extends the plant's reach, allowing it to get more of what it needs to survive. Clonex Root Maximizer puts life into your garden by adding bountiful amounts of mycorrhiza fungi, beneficial bacteria, and trichoderma. That combines to improve the health and vitality of all plants. Treating your young plants with Clonex Root Maximizer will give them the head start needed to reach their genetic potential, leading to better quality and higher yields. Available in granular and soluble. Check it out, Clonex Root Maximizer, at hydrodynamicsintl.com. That's hydrodynamicsintl.com.
You are listening to Heavy T's Grow Show on DFZ Radio Network.
Y'all say Uncle never sit with Snoop Dogg and it never happened. I think that's the real I think. How you like me now?
Who the fuck is they? 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 You could
the radio.
What? Yeah, watch out for them. They be everywhere. They all around.
Freeway, y'all doing what I'm doing 10 for 10. Kiki, do you rob me? No, you don't rob me. When I'm dancing, baby.
Hey, we need to address that too, bro.
Hey, hold on. This is the time now. I hope you're all tuning in that we get Uncimo to do the Kiki challenge. Ready? You got it queued up?
I'm ready. Let me
I want to
explain.
see the Chonga challenge.
This is what I tell my folks.
I'll do the Chonga challenge right now.
This is what I tell my folks. I want y'all to get on the Uncimo challenge.
What's that?
Challenge your motherfucking self.
Oh, are you talking directly to Jerome right now?
Take it to the limit that you didn't believe it could fucking go.
How big a joint is that?
Yeah.
You might. The bigger, the more likely that you're gonna break it, buddy.
These are Uncimo fingers. Let me explain it. I'm trying to get a contract with Raw. Fuck King Kong fingers. I want Uncimo fingers. I got arthritis and my fingers are swole like a motherfucker. They stay swole.
So when you roll a dolphin joint, it's acceptable because it's just like one of your knuckles, right?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Perfect. That would be perfect. Yeah.
Because I roll out of dolphins. I'll just be like, this is an Uncimo. Fuck, you know about that?
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
talking over here, flapping your gums, talking some shit about my dolphin joint.
I'm also in negotiations with Josh to try to get him to put these on a raw tray.
All right.
With the slang from the song, we don't smoke to get high. We smoke to survive.
I like it. Now these are dab mats. You actually have one of these for the grand prize to give out too.
Hey, yeah.
Check
for
it out
sure.
right here, yo.
Hey, before it's a raw tray, you can get it now.
Yeah, I know it ain't worth nothing right now, but I'll sign it before we give it away too.
Really? It's worth everything. Are you gonna sign mine too?
Yes, indeed.
All right. I don't have any money, but I got some like lower nugs or some.
Damn, is that mine over there or is that Jerome's?
Man, you can have anything, Hardy. It's
So
all good.
let's
Let's keep Hardy happy,
guys.
that shit.
That has been the entire
Keep
goal of
Hardy happy.
that has been the entire goal of Heavy T's Grow Show from inception.
Keep Hardy happy.
Yep.
I'm happy, baby.
Because
I'm happy.
if
knowledge is key.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
There you go.
Right.
I didn't know y'all were married.
That's your wife?
No.
Can't live without me. He said, "I'm gonna put a ring on it."
Anyways,
I'm gonna
guys,
put 4 rings on it.
this
Thanks,
is our
brother.
new segment. Real quick, we have a new segment. At the break, we just came up with it, and it's because Jerome has been exhibiting such hostile behavior tonight. Unc is gonna take him deep, and we got deep thoughts with Uncimo and Jerome.
Jerome, look, I can sense a lot of anger in you. I mean,
There's a whole lot of it.
yeah, but let me explain something to you. The only person you're hurting with that is yourself. I'm gonna tell you why. You've lost focus. Your focus should be on everything you can do to create something greater than what you had created yesterday. When you take all this anger and you let people piss you off because this went up, or they piss you off because they cut in front of you in the car, you losing your focus. They fucking with your mind. Don't let them get in your mind. Keep your mind focused on 2 things. One is, I need to share love with everybody in this motherfucking world before I die. The second one is, every day I wake up, I want to do something better than what I did yesterday. That's the only 2 things I do, dog. Other than that, I don't have no fucking schedule. I don't have no contract with nobody. And I don't have no anger. Because I know people are a product of their environment. People only do what they were taught, what they were raised. A redneck that hates me with all his heart and wants to kill me, I cannot not hate that kid back. Because then I'm just as ignorant, and I don't want to say ignorant, I'm just as misled as he is misled. So I can't hate him back. I got to understand where his hate come from. It was taught to him. It was beaten to him. So I can't hate him back. That's when anger comes back. When somebody do something, the first thing you want to do is get them back. Don't get them back. That was something they were taught. That was something they were raised wrong. That's their fault. It's not yours. Don't lose your energy in somebody else. Keep your focus on your life, your mind, your goals.
Well, you could relate, and I'm sure a lot of people out there could relate. For me, it's like I can't stand when people think they could just double your motherfucking rent and it's cool. And the thing is like we all gotta work for a living. So if we gotta fucking spend our whole time working, we don't get to spend the time with people and loved ones and things that we want to do because we're always trying to feed those motherfuckers more money.
Right. Now
the
we
greedy ass motherfuckers.
This the problem though. He's got you in a position where you can't just literally just say I want to pack up and move. That's why he did you that. He's fucking with you and you know what I'm saying? Now he's fucking with your mind. because you know what I'm
fucking
saying?
with your money.
Yeah, exactly. So now what you got to do is you got to try to make enough when you can make that back. You know what I'm saying? Till you can get a better position in life where you can get a better spot to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
You got to get a Mercedes Sprinter and convert it into
the rich own everything, dog. That's what they do. They're trying to squeeze people on the tree. It's called gentrification. Everywhere you go, people are getting put out their homes. People are getting bought out. People are getting Denver right now is so economically unfeasible to live in Denver, and really, if you can't work at no restaurant and
you
live
thought
in
that
Denver,
was unfeasible.
dog.
Welcome to Long Beach.
Yeah, that's what I say. Long Beach, LA is fucking crazy too.
A one-bedroom apartment is $2,000.
Yeah, 2,000 exactly. You know, where you gonna work at a little burger joint getting
you
that?
know, and talking about things beat into you or the way that you're raised, now it makes sense why my dick is so angry.
Yeah, you've been
beat up. You've
been beating it so long.
He's been beating it like I owed him money since he was 11 years old.
11, dog. I started when I was like 4.
Oh, of course you did. You probably came out of the womb with a big boner, whacking it with both hands, like whack, 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 just like I saw in those porn movies.
Yeah.
It's a natural human element. And then dudes want to play like they don't hit the stick. You know what I'm saying? Come on, motherfucker. How you don't beat your meat? I seen motherfuckers who's married go in the bathroom and beat their meat. I'm talking about y'all don't beat y'all fucking meat.
Callie Breeze would say he don't juju.
But I'm going to tell y'all something, too.
That's gay.
Don't be using other people's phone. You know, you heard me say, man, let me use your phone and shit either, bro. Because, see, a motherfucker, think about it. Some motherfuckers, when they get a call and they're in the heat of the moment, they hitting that stick, bro. All of a sudden, that phone ring, and he see that fucking number. He want that number. He take that hand right off that fucking dick.
Oh,
baby,
my God.
Baby?
Yeah, the cell phone is dirty.
Yeah, it's dirty. That's what I'm telling you, dog. Watch them fucking cell phones. Don't be using everybody.
But where has my meat been since I soaked it up and put it in my BVDs this morning? It's probably the cleanest part of my body.
But it's still yours, dog. I don't want your dick by my motherfucking ear. What the fuck you talking about?
That's true. Jiggity. I think the gist of it.
But you're right. You see it.
Yeah, don't pass me that joint anymore. Now that you bring that up.
Oh, come on, man. I'm greedy. I'm sorry. You got.
But back to what Uncle was laying on.
I don't want your dick near my face, Unc.
I dig the message of, you know, you got to leave certain things at the door. You got to leave certain things in the past. The only shit you're in control of is the future. And even though now is gone. Right now,
and
it's
you can't change nobody else. I can't make him think different than what he thinks.
Don't say that. Girls will keep trying to fuck with you because they think they can change
lucky
you.
the real estate market's soft right now. Like the houses are declining a little bit on sale, so you're gonna get some rentals available. You just out that bitch.
Fuck him. He just wants cash money for his rent. He's a shady ass motherfucker doubling shit.
Oh shit!
Take him to rent court.
Damn, Hody's so eager to get to court. Litigious.
The shady ass motherfucker don't fix
he
shit.
Is right.
Nothing.
I mean, you know, for a motherfucker to go from 25 to 45, that's like, you know.
Yeah, no, you gotta go to court on that. And
that's a double.
California has renters' rights.
Yeah.
California has renters' rights. They won't even listen to him. They just want to find you not guilty. They want to find you like him wrong and compensate you. Trust me.
And no matter what you're doing, that's your right. You legally can do anything you want in your house. That's your that's your
But to raise your rent like that, to raise your rent that much.
Before we start giving out legal advice, let's just slow the roll.
I was a lawyer for 5 minutes.
Yeah. You were also in front of the judge for more time than that.
That's when I was a lawyer the first time. After that, when I learned quick, I better go get a real fucking lawyer.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You don't call me sir. I'm your honor. Oh, my bad. All right, check it out. More grow talk. Less Uncimo's
ignorance.
Couch. Eddie.
I'm good.
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
What's going on, my man?
What's up, Uncle Emo?
What's up, my brother?
I got a question about nutrients, about the powder one. They're not a sponsor of the show, so
it's all right, man. To speak your mind, you can speak whatever you're using.
All right. So it's Spread Plus Lube. It's the powder one. I just want to know if you guys are having any.
Did you just say Spread Plus Lube?
Hey, dog. That's for anal sex, man. That shit is not.
But he said the powdered one.
Yeah. Well, you know, nothing like going in dry the first couple inches.
He's trolling us like, whoa. Spread Plus
Is that
It's the powder one, so you like to eat the ass first.
Nice.
Because you got to get it wet if you're going to put the powder in there. It turns to gel as long as it's wet enough.
This is not real.
It's otherwise known as Gold Bond.
So wait, I'm so lost it's like a jellyfish out of fucking water or whatever. Look.
Me too, player.
What
The
the
guy
fuck-
calling.
What the fuck is y'all talking about?
We're all lost. Nobody.
He's using the nutrient spread plus lube.
None of us know what we're talking about, including the guy that's calling. He's holding the wrong bottle. That's your girl's shit, dog. Get the other stuff you put on your plants.
That's not rooting gel.
Yeah.
Well, when they start fucking sending out some nutrients to y'all, then we can say veg plus bloom. But in the meantime, nah, don't do that shit.
All right, I got you. But no, veg bloom.
that's our homies.
Veg bloom is cool. Go,
Yeah.
but go ahead, Eddie. What's your question on it?
No, it is. Do you guys have add any nutrients like silica, CalMag? I saw Jiggity using CalMag though. But
Their push is their silica and calcium additive. That's a foliar. You can add certain things with it. On my greenhouses that I used to use veg bloom all the time, I ran their HD. I ran their CalMag SI mag from Love Trees. It's a monosaccharic salicylic acid and calcium and magnesium readily available. It works great with it, and I ran that in the entirety, even with well water. The well water had a low ppm, but I still ran it with it to make sure that to encourage more flowering, to offset the heavy amounts of phosphorus and potassium with the shine. Not offset it, but make it available. The high amounts of phosphorus and potassium in the shine. And also the silica helped with promotion of bud sites, but also with the stresses of being in a greenhouse in Southern California on some hot days.
Okay.
So with that, yes, and I always added terpinator as well. My IPM included Green Clean, Trifecta. I would use some perithrum soap during veg and some Einstein oil. But the perithrum soap would be broken down by the UV by the time they got to bloom.
Now, for me, with the veg bloom or spread plus whatever, what was it? Lube
The
plus
veg
spread,
bloom.
whatever. I use
spread plus lube.
I use 0.6 mils per gallon of the Botanicare through the dosatron. Now, on tea days in veg, I'll use 2 at the beginning, but up to 3 mils in veg per gallon of the
So that's
CalMag
Tuesdays
Sci
and
from Love
Thursdays, tea
Trees
days?
with the tea. And then when I go into flower, I'll raise that up to about 4, 5, 6 mils in the first 2-3 weeks. And once I get up to weeks 5 on tea days, I'll increase that up to 7 mils a gallon.
All right. But you can add other things.
How about that?
Oh, shit. I just dropped my pen. I
How
can't
about
even write
that?
down what I gave you. Eddie, I'm going to send you some terpinator and some smart pats. Smart pots. I got a smart pat right here. Uncimo, he's over here chopping it up. Go download his music. I believe it's on iTunes or it's on Amazon Music too. Is that where I got it?
Amazon, iTunes, TuneCore. Yeah.
Get it. You can go check it out on YouTube as well. But I mean, download that shit. Take it with you.
My YouTube is IMOBROWN1.
Hey, windows down by the beach here in Southern California, busting out some Uncimo. You know you get the girlies looking at you like, who's this old white dude bumping this shit? It's good stuff, though.
Yeah.
Check it all out, man.
He's laughing. Look a picture of my mom and my aunt.
Another thing is with the
They
shine,
be calling me the old white man.
Don't keep it at 1 mil per gallon the whole time. I'll start it at 0.2 mils per gallon week 1, go up 0.3 week 2, 0.4 up to 0.5, and once I hit 0.5, I ramp it right up to 1 mil per gallon. And you can go ahead at that point, feed it every time. And I know they discretion against.
If you go too hard on it, it stunts the growth. But have you seen the branches that come off that bitch? I think it has some brassonolite or something, and it's skeptical allegedly, and it's not something bad, but that's what blows out those stems like that. I've used it raw, put it in different mixes, trying to mix my own shit and play mad scientist, which never worked out very good.
I don't like the smell of it, but
yeah.
Man, it's so beautiful to see where marijuana has come, man. Fuck.
I know. You keep smoking all my marijuana over there.
I passed it.
He
ain't want no more.
Yeah, 'cause you started talking about touching your phone, and then like I don't want your dick near my face, and I'm thinking, well, what about when you're touching the joint?
I wash my hands.
all right, everybody go to their history and
But
see
you've been
what porn
touching your
sites
phone
on
and
it.
touching the joint.
Ah, that's
And you
true.
might-
I cleared my history immediately.
That's the part that got me.
But I got an invention I came up with. It's the beat your meat glove.
Oh shit! Hey,
So when you
Saint,
when
here
you
go,
beat
Uncle.
your meat and the phone
Hey,
rings,
Uncimo here.
you snatch your glove off and you catch your phone. You know what I'm saying?
All right, there you go.
Strictly for beating your meat. Call
Available-
us now, 555-616-555.
Available at all Walbogs.
Hey, Manny in the CPT, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Quick question, first time caller.
Long
was
time
in
listener.
Cerritos Hydro, and they hit me up to your show.
Nice.
Earlier in the year, I started growing in a tent, and it was a 4x4. Harvest looked nice. Everything came out nice. It was 24 karat. It was nice. Now I have an opportunity to grow in a 150 square foot room. I've put 4 phantom lights. I got 3 6x8 trays. I have 36 smart pots that I plan to use for the grow. And my question is, I've never done this large scale. The tent, okay, that was kind of easy. What challenges can I expect doing something large scale like this?
Do you have air conditioning and dehumidification?
I have 2 ton. I have pretty much like a industrial size dehumidifier. Might have went overkill, but it works.
Do you have any plants in there yet?
No, nothing yet.
Do you have the room set up yet?
Yes.
Okay, you have the room set up. Run the lights like you would from like 7 at night till 7 in the morning or whatever. You don't have to run it the whole 12 hours, but just for at least a couple hours, and let it run and dial it in before you put any plants in there. That's the number one thing. How did you set up your watering for the larger setup?
Well, I was still planning to do it by hand.
Okay, so you're in soil?
Yes.
Okay, soil and doing it by hand?
No, I'm in cocoa.
Okay, so you're in cocoa, and how many times do you think you'll have to feed?
I was thinking once a day, like water at least once a day, and feed maybe.
Well, you only want to water when the plants need it, right? So
right.
What size
when the soil
container? What size container are you going to bloom in?
3.
3 gallon, and how tall are your plants going to be?
I'm thinking about maybe 6 foot.
Way too big of a plant indoors. Keep the plants a lot shorter and smaller. You're not getting any flower at the bottom, so you end up having to strip all that away. So you've got a couple feet of bare stalk before you get to where the flower is, right? That bare stalk, if you didn't grow that bare stalk, think of that stalk as like a calendar on a yardstick. You feel me? If you keep the plant shorter, then you have flower from like 6 inches from the top of the container up, then you didn't waste all that time vegging these plants too tall and stretching them out and crowding them in there.
So like 1 month veg?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the strain, and you also have to fill it in. The smaller the plants, the more plants you need.
It's Bruce Banner that I'm going to be in.
I don't even know. I heard of Superman before, but shit.
You know about Bruce Banner, don't you, player?
Well,
Jerome may know, so I'll pass it off to him. But
one thing with dialing in the room real quick, when you're running it by itself with no plants in there and any type of excess humidity or vapor in the room from the pots or the water you're watering them, there is going to be a little bit of difference. So
true.
What I would recommend
but
is
at least
if
to
you
just
want
figure
the
out
canopy,
if you're close.
Well, a lot of times with the air conditioning, if you want the room set for 78, you're setting it for 76 because there's a dead band, just like there is with dehumidification. If you want it to peak at 60% humidity, more than likely you're going to want to set it for 55 because by the time it reaches 55 and it actually starts to cycle that air, it's probably going to increase to 57, 58, 59%.
I see.
Listen up.
Okay.
And you also, because you have a 2-ton air conditioner, is it a mini split?
Yes.
Okay. Depending on like how warm it is, where you live, and a lot of factors, that might be pushing it with the 4 1,000-watt lights. So at least turn it on and see if it can keep the temperature somewhere between 75 and 80. And don't worry so much about the humidity, but also turn on the dehumidifier when you do your test run to see if your
make
AC.
sure everything runs, all the fans run, everything.
Right, but when you move your plants in there, if you never even tried to see if you could keep it cool even without plants, and you move them in there and boom, the room's 89 degrees, and then you have problems. So then you got to go try to replace with a bigger AC while you got a bunch of plants in there, and you can't turn the lights on, and it's going to be 2 or 3 days to put the AC in.
Yeah, I like I said, I have the seeds. I haven't even started nothing. I'm just kind of finishing up, doing what you're saying. Got to do that test run, see what the temperature's like in here, but
Jerome is right. Your humidity levels and temperature levels are going to
Did
be
you hear
a
that,
little
Jerome?
different.
Wow.
Just remember but still you get a ballpark. You get if you're like, oh yeah, I can keep this no problem, 75 to 80.
Send that.
Well, here,
probably will be able to keep it.
For people out there, if you're sizing your room, put 6,000 BTUs per 1,000 watt light for a sealed environment. As far as dehumidification, for every 2 1,000 watt lights, if you're trying to grow 3 plus pounds per plant or per light, you're going to need at least 70 to 90 pints of dehumidification per 1,000 watts in an environment that's thriving at 2 to 3 plus pounds per light, because you have so much more excess humidity because you have more foliage at that point than people with half as much bud as you.
And the best dehumidifier, get the overhead Quest.
We use Quest in all of our rooms. They're pretty much bulletproof. A lot of the parts in there are typical parts that your HVAC or air conditioning person could purchase from their wholesaler supply and just swap them out if you don't have the option of just sending it into Quest, because a lot of the commercial areas out there, we have them mounted up above the plants where it's, they go up there in the ladder, it's a little transformer, whatever
Do you think in our area, though, he has 4 lights, right? 24,000 BTU AC, Quest 105 would work, a ceiling mounted Quest 105.
But he already has a dehumidifier.
I would use a minimum of 70 pints of dehumidification
Do you know how much yours
per 2
does?
1,000 watt lights, no matter what.
Shit, let me see.
He said chit.
I don't have a Quest to give away.
Yeah,
just
sorry,
so you know.
Charlie.
I do have.
But you have
no
to
matter
keep
what,
you have
if
to
you
keep
don't
in
have
mind that the dehumidifier will also add BTUs of heat to the room.
Correct. But at
so
that
he's right on the
thing,
cusp.
6,000 BTUs per 1,000 watt light sealed environment that includes your dehumidifier. Use 70 pints of dehumidification per 2 1,000 watt lights if you want to grow big. Get a little bit more dehumidification. But most importantly, if you can't afford a Quest, get a dehumidifier that has an auto restart, as well as your air conditioning system should also
The
have
little
auto restart.
R2D2 Ideal Airs do now.
I mean, it's critical, because if you have a power outage that's even subtle and you don't have something that starts back up, your lights come back on, and you don't have an AC or dehumidifier that comes back on, it could be detrimental to your garden.
Or a high temp shutdown on your lights, which most people don't have until they figure out it was a good thing to have.
But it doesn't matter. If your shit's not auto restart, it won't restart even with
No,
that.
I know, but at least your lights would turn off.
Manny, I mean, that's a lot of to digest.
Yeah.
Think about it, man. You shop at Cerritos, you shop at Long Beach, you come through, you talk to us. But what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you a MaxPar 1,000-watt bulb. It's $150 value. It's top-of-the-line light bulb to use in one of those Phantoms and do a little Duff-Free Nation testing side by side. MaxPar versus the other brands that you're running. Tell us what you think. Call in, let the listeners know, let the other Duff-Free soldiers know how that MaxPar is operating for you.
That sounds like a plan.
It's full
Definitely do
spectrum.
that.
It's from Nanolux. Go to nanoluxtech.com and you can see more. I'm also going to send you some Botanicare and GH swag and products to get you going, my man. Thanks so much for calling in.
Appreciate that.
Hey, and all the listeners, don't forget, go on over to DFC Radios and Heavy T's Grow Show IG, Instagram, right? And click on the link, enter to go to this Dodger game. If you're in Southern California, bro, come to the Dodger game, right? I'm just talking about
let me tell you about it.
Tell us about it.
The Dodgers SoCal Grower Skybox Sweepstakes, presented by Miller Soil, co-sponsored by DFZ Radio and Honor the Plant, because growers need a day off too. You can win one of 20 tickets to the LA Dodgers versus San Diego Padres game on August 25th, 2018. They'll probably be moving to LA soon too. Enjoy access to a private skybox and hang out with fellow growers, including some of Southern California's top professional growers, master growers like Jiggity Jerome. All winners will receive a
Chris
swag
will be
bag.
there.
And
That's
he said I'm right.
Enter to win by clicking on the link in @DFZ Radio bio on Instagram. Make sure to give some love to the co-sponsors and follow @Miller_Soils_LLC and @Honor the Plant.
Are they affiliation with Miller Lite?
Probably not, because they would have told them don't
And
have all
there's
those
no smoking.
underscores.
I'm sorry, no smoking at Dodger Stadium.
That's right.
You didn't say smoke what? Medicine, motherfucker.
There's no smoking at Dodger Stadium.
Even
You said I could smoke.
This is a fancy attire
It's not
only
a big
event.
Uber, huh?
Okay, you got to wear either your Kershaw or your Bellinger. Or your
you hold your rips in till you
Hey, Heavy
ghost that
T, you
shit.
want to know about another fancy attire event?
No, I don't. But do you want to know about this collar that says "You fucked up, Horty"?
Oh yeah, cool story,
Ruben,
bro.
you're correcting Horty on something. Hey,
What's
Ruben.
Hey, Ruben, why don't you turn down your radio and take your shit off
What's
speakerphone?
cracking, Big Horty?
What up, dog?
No disrespect, brother, but I check my ppms and my pH at least 3 times out of the week, out of the sink, and I get at least 150 ppm, and I get 6.669 on my pH. I got some great water right here for being from the city.
Oh, because you're from Whittier. That's why you said Whittier water. It's like,
my truncheon meter don't lie. My pH truncheon, they don't lie.
He ain't lying.
He doesn't have galvanized pipes.
You might want to walk it back.
Hey,
from,
bro,
from
bro,
your
bro,
Whittier
you, bro,
comments.
you might want to get a new meter. How long you had that truncheon? Since you got it from your TO back in like what '84, when you inherited his Grand National.
Man, truncheons last forever. You can beat your
I
kids
keep
with
it
it.
calibrated, but I mean, it is pretty old.
You're good.
Okay, so does that homie that called in earlier? He lives near you in Whittier.
I don't know who the fuck that fool was.
Right.
but
So
I
how do you know
I
he might live in
South-
the bad part of Whittier? Just because you live in the white part of Whittier doesn't mean his water's as good as yours.
Oh my goodness.
No, homeboy, I got chickens next door. I got horses behind me. I got biceps.
Oh,
to
that's
the left,
why. Yeah, that's
biceps to the
why.
right.
Yeah, that's why your water's good. Cause
Right,
you got
all
live
that
where the land is.
fertilization. Yeah, they got
Yeah,
all
I mean,
that
dude,
going
even
to
when I
your water.
lived in Huntington Beach in about 7 different areas of Huntington Beach throughout like my career of living
Wherever
in
his
HB.
shopping cart ended up that night, he
And
popped his tin up.
but the water would always be way different depending on the part I was
I
in.
feel you.
And, you know what I mean? It was like, and even in like the best parts that I lived in, the water was sometimes worse than in the worst parts that I lived in. So the water isn't necessarily the same. But the bottom line is, maybe he has the same water as you. Maybe he's got the Blaze It Whittier 562 represent water, just like you, right? But if he doesn't have a pH meter or a truncheon, then he
won't
doesn't know what the
know
fuck
what
is in
it
his water. So it doesn't matter how good the water is if you don't know what the solution you're feeding your
Exactly.
plants is, right?
How was the water when you lived in Pittsburgh?
How about
or
that?
Michigan?
How
or
about
Virginia?
that? Oh, the water in Michigan is like drinking blood.
Big uncle with the bad knee.
That's right.
Go
No,
ahead.
can I talk to the big uncle with the bad knee?
He's here.
Yeah, he's doing the stanky leg right now, trying to shake that knee out.
What's up? What's up with you?
Hey, brother, I follow your homeboy James Galore on Facebook, and he shouts you out all the time.
Oh, Delore
And,
James.
I just want to let you know about the anger stuff you're talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that shit was fucking resonating to me because I know what you mean. Oh, I'm trying to know what you mean, and thank you for speaking on that.
Oh, for sure, my brother. Yeah, make your life the best life possible. Fuck what they do. You can't change them. You can only change yourself.
That's right, brother. And I want to say fuck the police and fuck the fucking courts.
Well, look, let me explain something right quick to you on that note right quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm
This
listening.
The
comment
problem-
does not express the feelings of Heavy T or DFZ Radio.
And this ain't either. Hold up, I'm about to go a little deep on it. You heard me?
Uh-oh, going
Look,
deep. Well,
The system by design is to arrest the poor. That's by design. They don't give
Amen.
a fuck about the people. They will not get. The problem is not the police. The problem is the judicial system itself. If they do not hold these police accountable, they're going to keep doing what the fuck they're doing. You understand me? The judicial system is the problem. We got to fix this country. We can't fix the police because them motherfuckers out of hand. You're not going to fix them. Until you hold them accountable, until you say, look, motherfucker, you cannot handle a citizen of this country or anyone, any fucking body. And you ain't got to be any fucking body in this country the way you handling these people, man. You're going to handle everybody with fucking respect or you're not going to work on the
Amen.
police department. That's the bottom line.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you're not just. You're just not entitled to respect. You earn respect, and that's the basis of America, right? Bootstrap yourself up. It's a country of immigrants. It's even the poorest man could work his way and work hard and become the owner of the company, become the next Rockefeller, become this or that. And this was the American dream, which, I mean, right now it seems like more than ever with how the corporations are treated.
Breaks and
How
the
the
tax breaks.
The biggest thing is the donations that corporations are allowed to give now to politicians in campaigning and buy them.
Exactly.
But with all that, with all that, there is a fucking ceiling, and it's becoming a larger and larger divide. And when you say poor people, I mean everyone by the system standards in this room right here, with all due respect to all your bank accounts, your cars, the houses you live in, we're all motherfucking poor as fuck.
Dude.
I'm so poor I can't pay attention. I got a $90,000.
Let me explain. Let me explain to you. This
I got a $90,000 car, but I can't. I rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can't drive your house
something to you.
your car.
This country is wealthy enough. This country is wealthy enough. If it stops fucking over its citizens, everybody in this country can earn an honest living. You should be able to take your family. You should be able to take your family. Listen, you should be union. You should be able to take your family on a vacation, a nice motherfucking vacation, at least once a year. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You work all year. You should have the right to have enough money in your fucking account where you should be able to take your family on a fucking vacation. You can't right now.
Inflation and
exactly,
and putting women in the workforce too.
Exactly.
And the new cannabis regulations and the industry under Proposition 64 in California is a microcosm of all of that, and how corporations have walked in and just stood on the backs of hardworking farmers, of people that were patient to patient, selling their homegrown gray ganja to dispensaries legally, making an honest living. And now it's ripped away from them. There's no mechanism for it to allow them to participate, and they're just continuously making it easier and easier for corporations to take over the industry.
And the biggest thing and what we're missing in all this is the tax breaks that the rich are getting are phenomenal right now. And none of y'all in here can get none of them fucking tax breaks.
No, I'm getting taxed to death.
Listen.
They took my hair.
Bush and Cheney put a tax break
They
in
took my good knee.
for the wealthy. Obama tried to cancel that shit out. They wouldn't let him cancel that shit out. Trump come back and doubled up on that motherfucking same tax break.
Is this what you're going to talk about on the podcast? Are you bringing the podcast here?
Yeah.
You better be bringing it over here, because I want to sit down, and I don't even got to talk. I just want to listen to you. But I got to be in studio since I own the studio.
Oh, but but Obama did sign that Monsanto Protection Act.
Oh, wait, don't get me wrong. I ain't no Obama fanatic. He did some shit I ain't like too. You know what I'm saying? That's political. They all do. They all.
That's politicking.
Let me explain.
You got to give some and take some.
I'm gonna get heavy to y'all. It's so deep. I'm gonna give you a quick touch on this.
All right, listen, Ruben.
Listen.
I'm listening, brother.
The world is run by the 1%. All this shit that we think is going on is run by the richest of the rich. We don't have a fucking clue, all right? They put Dick Cheney and George Bush in office so they can get that first tax break, all right? Then they came back. When Cheney got in office, Cheney was given the right to feed the troops. He had owned Halliburton, which was a construction company. They signed the rights of the government for Halliburton to feed the troops, clothe the troops, and all the ammunition.
Rebuild Iraq.
Exactly. But that's why the war came along.
Contract to rebuild Iraq. Once they signed the contract to rebuild it before they bombed it.
Listen, and let me explain something else. This gets deep. There's nowhere in the world two jets are going to hit two buildings that big and bring them down simultaneously, demolition style, the way those two buildings came down. It's not going to happen. That's a fucking fictional movie. You can see.
And maybe it could, but also for real though, because I mean it could.
The gasoline melted the steel, and the steel gave way, and that's what caused the buildings to come.
All I'm saying though is people could try to tell you that. I'm just trying to say, the Pentagon.
The Pentagon.
You could not fly a big ass plane that low and shoot it into a fucking 1.5 story
and disintegrate
and have it disintegrate and blow up a place where they're trying to figure out where $1.4 trillion.
Wait. Has there ever been another plane crash documented where they go to the site that there was just disintegrated where nothing was left of it?
Nope. And but they did find one of the terrorist passport on the street somewhere in New York, right? What didn't even smell like kerosene.
So see, now that's the part. That's the part to get the war started, so they can get. All right, all this is a big system thing. So then they come along and they put a black man in office. All right. Now, and excuse my French, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. The fucking Republican Party was sitting in them back fucking rooms, Sarah Peel and all them motherfuckers to the rest of them talking about, we not gonna let this nigga pass no motherfucking bills whatsoever. Do you hear me? If we let this nigga pass a motherfucking bill in the White House, we can't have this shit. Another motherfucker might come behind him. We can't have that. All right.
They gave him Obamacare though.
Well, they gave him Obamacare because guess why? He didn't fuck with the tax break.
He didn't fuck with the insurance companies either.
No,
he
but the
let
main
him in on the insurance company.
Yeah, but that main thing
Insurance
he
the
got
biggest
was
racket
that
ever.
that's fuck. Let me tell you, when y'all talking a millionaire with tax,
Obamacare was a gift to
Preach.
healthcare.
dude,
Church,
listen,
right
wait,
now.
listen, wait, we talking dollars.
Wait,
Fuck all
hold
the
on.
other
Stop real quick. Your new show, Church with Uncimo.
Wait, guess what the name of my show? Guess what the name of my show is?
Follically Challenged.
That's probably. Y'all would never guess this one. This is heavy. Y'all ready for it?
All right, what is it?
The Reverend Herb Show.
Oh, the Reverend Herb.
Tabernacle.
All
Church, baby.
Hey,
Church.
listen, I don't want to take all your content for your first show tonight, but stay tuned. We're going to be bringing it, even if it's not here. I want it to be here, Unc.
Oh,
But even if it's
respect,
not,
bro.
you're friends of the show. You're friends with us. We're gonna help promote whatever you got going on.
Dude, look, I appreciate the opportunity, man. You don't know what this mean to me. I mean, I'll be able to get my message out to the world. You know what I'm saying?
We try, man.
I've been needing this kind of platform, and for y'all to bless me with that, it's all God power, man. We family. We united at the hip. You know what I'm saying?
Love you, brother. And Ruben, for you, man. I know you're a Dodger fan. I don't know if that ankle bracelet will allow you to go to Dodger Stadium, but enter to win the SoCal Growers
Hey, brother, I
Skybox
already have.
sweepstakes.
I'm 7 for 9. My lady won't let me go on Instagram.
Oh shit! Well, I don't know, man. You better tell Davine to get on her Instagram and go sign up.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, what do you think I told that bride?
I know what you say, man. Hey, Ruben is such a hardcore duff-free soldier. This will try to call us from county. The screener picks up and is like
processing in. Fuck the police.
Tell him again, dog.
You were processing in, and we were your one call, and Mark was like, "Como?"
Oh, that's fucked up.
What did Mark do?
No, Mark would accept it, but they saw who I was calling, so they went that she wouldn't go through.
No, I don't think that's true, Ruben. Come on, they know what's up.
No, I know, brother. I know. It was a
You
bunch
know
of
they
bullshit
never love,
processing in.
bro.
Hey, my man.
Hey, 3 days, I fucking got rid of $5,000. Fuck the police.
Well, that's crazy, man. I appreciate you though, and all the duff-free soldiers. You stay up, Ruben.
And be safe.
And
baby.
thanks for
Be
checking
safe.
Horty, man. He needs
Can I
it.
give a quick shout out?
Yep.
Can I give a quick shout out?
Yep. Go.
Hey, homeboy, I'll see you guys Friday, hopefully. I want to say go Dodgers. They're winning right now. And I want to say, hey, Mr. Big Unk, hey, thank you for speaking on that anger stuff. I really appreciate it. And Big Horty, nothing but love, brother. Go Steelers.
Go Doyers.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Respect, my brother. Thanks for the call, too, man.
Appreciation,
Keep
brother.
calling, man.
All right, guys. I'm gonna roll this joint, but let's. Are we gonna do the news now, Horty, or you want to do the grand prize question?
We'll do the news. You go ahead and roll that joint.
Okay, go ahead. Start it off. Do you have the news there?
Yes.
You go back and forth. You and Jiggity.
These are the events. I'm going to do the first two. We already did the middle one, and you do the last one.
But do them all.
That's right. Join DFZ Radio Hydroponics Chef Heavy Tea Grow Show as a media sponsor for Industry Nights August 4th, hosted by Blue and Pot Brothers at Law at Envy Lounge in Costa Mesa, California. Doors open at 9 p.m. Upscale attire is required, 21 and up. Share the flyer from @DFZ Radio on the IG page.
Upscale attire, share the flyer.
That's right, and it's the OC, so you know what time it is. Wear your flamed out shirts and shoes, and with sparkly buttons that have flames on them too. And roll up your cigarette pack in your arm and shit, because you know you're in the OC.
Tighter your
Instagram page.
shirt, the better it is.
If you go to if you share the flyer from DFZ Radio Instagram page and show at the door for your free entry. And you can also know that the Indo Expo in Portland, Oregon, a big show, by the way, good one for the industry, is this August 4th and 5th. Indo Expo is proud to offer the Industrial Hemp Pavilion, a platform within the main halls of Indo Expo to support businesses and entrepreneurs involved with industrial hemp and all of its amazing byproducts, including pollen that will dust all over everyone's cannabis and fuck it up, so then I can sell more fucking filters and I can fucking finally retire. So yeah, go and tell them how sweet your fucking industrial hemp is.
You've kind of been retired for a couple
The
of years.
pavilion will showcase USA hemp-made product and services by a select group of vendors. To purchase tickets, visit indoexpo.com/Portland.
All right.
Jiggity Jerome, hosted by the State of Cannabis.
Oh, okay. I skipped down. Okay, I just want.
Yeah, we already did the other one.
All right. Hosted by the State of Cannabis. Meeting of the Minds, September 25th, 26th, right here in the good old Long Beach, California, at the Queen Mary. What the fuck? Policy, education, networking, innovation. 2 days of powerful education hosted by CARES founder Susan Shares. The State of Cannabis SOC features top cannabis influencers of the cannabis influencers. What? On California politics and policy. SOC features
a solid hire, Heavy T.
Go to stateofcannabis.org. Let me tell you about industry news. Today, Colorado implemented mandatory pesticide testing for cannabis products.
Man, that's Mando.
What, a fucking month later than California, and you
like
pass that shit?
10 years later?
Mando.
Way to go, Colorado.
That's Mando.
But the Cannabis Certification Council asked whether the testing does enough to protect the consumer, with Colorado only testing for 13 harmful pesticides. Damn. Cultivators are essentially
Only
directed
13.
to operate under the honor code.
Under the honor code.
For more info, visit cannabisbusinesstimes.com.
Whoever wrote that news was an op-ed. That's called opinion editorial. That was obviously that person's opinion. That
What's
it's
in
the
my
honors
weed?
code.
Hashtag what's in my weed?
Yeah.
What's in my weed? These nuts. And Michigan voters can go to Michigan.these nuts. All right, keep going.
California cannabis cultivation licensing. These nuts, because they fucked up our whole industry. Like, these nuts. They released their annual cannabis cultivation annual license application. Well, why don't you give somebody a fucking application grant for a fucking permit before you try to collect money?
Yeah, Riverside County, why do you let you out of corporate areas? Get some fucking shit.
Oh, Los Angeles cannabis industry is still in turmoil as second licensing round begins. Second round of licensing is only for non-retail companies that can prove they've been part of the existing supply chain dating to at least December 2015. So if you can't prove you're operating illegally, they're not even going to
3
consider
years?
you. Yeah. Additionally, the only ones that will qualify also have to fit the city's social equity criteria. Everyone else will have to wait for
called
phase 3.
control.
Phase 3 will be coming in about 2023. And I think it's funny that they aren't giving out licenses, but to get to the second round of licensing, you have to be able to prove that you've been operating illegally since at least December 2015.
That sounds like a lawsuit. And let me find my attorney. Teasna.
Yep.
.com.
These 3 California cities have reduced their cannabis taxes because they cannot compete with the black market.
Yeah.
Berkeley, Salinas, Grover Beach, Coalinga all have reduced their cannabis taxes in a hope that you will buy their swag directly and pay the tax.
Swag? Need to, man. The fucking tax is stupid.
Teasna.
Shit.
Go ahead. Participants in an upcoming public hearing to shape the future of cannabis regulations in California. In June, the CDPH, Bureau of Cannabis Control, and CDFA extended emergency regulations related to MRSA. They respelled that, didn't they?
Yeah.
While under the 6-month emergency period, authorities are looking for input from the public for the permanent MRSA rules. They're actually, for outdoor growers, they're trying to ban light dep, which is weird. Each
much
department,
control, too much control.
all these big companies invested in these indoor grows, and they're realizing you light dep, you can get the same things for way cheaper without
Right,
paying
they're
for
like,
power.
any way we can make them keep using power.
And then they say less cannabis grows because it uses too much power. We can do it without power. Oh no, outlaw that.
Yeah, because in the future it'll be like Brondo.
That's
it has electrolytes.
That's gonna affect the southwestern migration of the ladybug when they're trying to go through the plants. It's gonna kill them. No, it's not. Okay, go to cdph.ca.these nuts. What else you got? Historic developments.
It's like there's really nothing left on there. It's just bullshit.
Hey, can I make a mention on that tax shit, though?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
I just thought I'd ask, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just do it anyways. That's the best thing to do around here. Everyone fend for yourself.
I bought a half an ounce yesterday. All right.
You bought some weed?
Yeah.
Damn, y'all, all you people showing up on my man's fucking going live
See
on
what I'm
IG
saying,
need to be
bro?
sending him some free fucking weed.
But wait, I bought a half an ounce yesterday, and it cost $98.
Oh, dog, we got you better than that.
But dog,
Just
guess
talk to me,
what?
dog.
I got one for
But
$95.
But wait, guess what? $36 was fucking tax money.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
$36 fucking dollars out of the $98 was tax money.
And none of it in California goes to education
No
or
schools,
rebuilding
nothing.
schools, nothing. It goes to enforcement of the law.
No, they put education,
No, it
but
goes
it's
to
actually.
allow the police to kick you in your motherfucking ass.
But
That's what
it
goes to.
says education, but it's actually education of law enforcement on the new laws.
Nice.
You like that?
That's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, and thank you for everyone that put us in this situation. But nonetheless, what we're going to do is we're going to overgrow the world. That's why we need to fight for the right to grow our own.
Party. Fight for
you
your
need
right.
to fight the right to grow your own. Uncimo needs to grow his. And there needs to be people that are doing it responsibly and growing that fire, like Jerome, man. The Beach Center, doing it up down there in the South Bay. Go check them out. They're growing fire. But now's the time for the grand prize question.
The grand prize question.
The pregunta.
How young is Unk?
No, it's the name 3 songs of Uncimo. We already talked about
3 songs are probably better. They're probably more likely to know his age.
No!
We said it all night.
Yeah, you don't even really know.
Okay, well then you just do the fucking grand prize then, since I haven't even gotten a
I don't know how old I am.
Yeah, I don't know. I like chocolate milk. Heavy T has a grand.
To get
name 35 Uncimo songs.
No,
just 30. Just name 30 of them.
To get this limited edition signed dab mat from Uncimo, name 3 of his songs. And also we're going to give out the full line of Mission Fertilizer, Granddaddy pad, and some junior pads from Green Pads, a gallon of Turpinator, some Smart Pots. We're also going to give a Blue Lab truncheon meter out along with that. So check it out. Name 3 Uncimo. Go to @Uncimo, UNCIMO.
I'm going to give you a hint. One of my songs is a statement you probably make every day. Every day, literally, you probably make that statement.
562-653-0707. Let's do this.
DFZ Radio.
These nuts.
For a second, we need more jail space for serious crimes. We need tax money to change the times. We can bring in billions in tax revenue, billions. So let's do what's right for America and let the people vote on it and decide on what's right for America. Do we suffer or do we change the laws? Yes it up, yes it up, bust it up. Let's get it right. 23 states have decriminalized. Even Mississippi has come to realize. America, let's legalize. Come on, bust it up, 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 bust it up. Come on, everybody, come on, bust it up, bust it up.
DFZRadio.com.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bringing the Rizoblast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor and fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
Dilly Heavy Tea Grow Show. But dilly.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky Richter timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With Nanolux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to Nanolux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a duff man. For more information on Nanolux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXTECH.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
You are listening to the Heavy Tea Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707, for your chance to talk to Heavy Tea, Horty Chris, or Dr. Duffman. Killing it.
Yo, Kelly, pass me that blunt. You feel me? Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiall 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the Vermi-Bat Guano Fertilizer and the Vermi-Blood Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
DFCRadio.com.
She said she don't want them if they own her. She only want the nigga that don't want her. And nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear, telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way, you thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way, you be telling her the same shit she heard. If you send your bitch my direction, I bet I won't give her no attention, no affection. Same old questions, nigga, you thirsty. Your mind on the pussy, in my mind where a purse be busy. Boy, I make the shit look easy. She know I don't want her for that very fact she need me. I'm Easty, but I grew up on the West. They hear me loud and clear, that's why this ear up on my chest. Honey gang running things, know that. That's why the bitch catch me where the dough at. And you can say that pussy girl, you know that shit throwback. And if it ain't, I still don't give a fuck. You can hold that. Easy. She said she don't want them if they own her. She only want the nigga that don't want her. And nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear, telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way, you thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way, you be telling her the same shit she heard. Oh
I ain't
yeah.
got no patience. I don't really like waiting. Nah, kinda wanna taste it. Oh girl, let me
shit. Oh, I don't like waiting. So girl, I ain't waiting at all. Make sure you take it. Make sure you take it. Oh, I work, I lay that pipe, you gon' get it. Bosco, 100 strokes to the bitches. I ain't with the bullshit, bitch, I'm with the business. Every time I fuck, make sure you put that ass in it. She said she don't want them if they own her. She only want the nigga that don't want her. And nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear, telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way, you thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way, and you be telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, what she wants don't require a question. What she needs is some direction. So I told her to go ahead and take her clothes off. And with no question, she did it, cause I'm a real one. She said to me, she said she don't want them if they own her. She only want the nigga that don't want her. Nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear. The same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way, you thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way, you be telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Naps. Knock off. What up, Saint? And we hustle. Hustle hard. Team ADX anthem. Hey, oh, what these niggas want from me? Haters wanna eat now, you never get lunch from me. Get off my tailcoat, get off addiction. Team full of mean niggas, team green like it's Listerine. Don't cross the squad, man, we get them off, man. We on the front court shooting, you just a ball fan. I'm on the top back, y'all do it all bad. Grind on the regular, tell competitors all bad. Test the team, homie, watch it fall flat. Don't want the fame, but the change, I need all that. Hustlers get your guap up, rappers get your props up. Cause sky is the limit and we got heaven on lock up. Back down to earth, street swerving down Atlantic. Long Beach riding to death, we straight smashing. This is for my family, this is for the masses. This ADX anthem in case anyone asks me. Oh, I'm taking this shit head on. And the streets till 6 in the morning. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Tell me who won it with these shots up, boys. We say hustling. Catch me in the booth to the night. Streets holding tight. Grind for my life on a life. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Bring the bullshit and we'll be dumping. Boy, we say hustling.
Hey, I rep my team, rep my city, and rep my scene. Yeah, I'm down for mine. On the grind all the time, like overtime. I ride to the death, can't do it like this, so don't try to step. Can't move it like this, so don't try to test. Got shotters on the side of me, right in my left, cause we do it so swift, we do it so sick, and we ain't gonna stop. We got money to get, we got honeys to flip, got the streets on lockdown, so why would we stop now? We holding the spot down. Sour diesel Hennessy, a bad bitch next to me, ADX human going down up in history. Do it to the death of me, so ain't nothing left of me. Dumping off the weaponry, hold it down for centuries.
Oh, taking this shit head on. In the streets till 6 in the morning. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Tell me who won it with these shots up, boys. We say hustling. Catch me in the booth to the night. Streets holding tight. Grind for my life on a life. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Bring the bullshit and we'll be dumping. Boy, we say hustling.
Bonafide hustler, stay up in the street, grinding all day and all night so we can eat. Roll up on your homies like niggas, stick 'em up. Now bags in the stash in the back of the truck. Pounds of the diesel, throw it in the air. Tipping Hennessy for my niggas who ain't here. Back on my feet after shedding a few tears. Give me 2 years, stacked up with a few mil. Niggas locked up, but the homies still here. Rapping ADX fresh in the full gear. Killing the recession, pumping on the top. Teddy Brock shot, killing blue clocks. Haters got no idea you ain't ready. It'll be a sad song if you niggas test me. Them niggas tryna send 100 cops to come get me. Gibbo sprayed a couple shots and told them bitches come catch me.
Taking this shit head on. In the streets till 6 in the morning. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Tell me who won it with these shots up, boys. We say hustle. Catch me in the booth till the night. Streets holding tight. I ain't grind for my life. I'm a life. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Bring the bullshit and we'll be dumping. Boy, we say hustling.
Big up to the ganja massive again. Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes I smoke it, I feel overjoyed. Sometimes I smoke it, I feel paranoid. Sometimes I smoke it and not even feel Latino. Sometimes I smoke it and I'm going insane. Hey, you got the ganja, she got the Indo, he got the sensor. Sweet sensimilla, it makes me say, we're smoking bomba, we're smoking bomba, we're smoking bomba. Sometimes I flash them 3 hours a day. Make sure them lines are clean and not decay. They're hungry, eating night, morning and day. They like they said money can't grow on trees. Hey, he grow the cookie. She got the diesel. Them go the head bun. Cool shot the best strong. It makes me say, we're growing high grade. We're growing high grade. We're growing high grade. The herb plantation got the fire that releases my pain. Ain't no other medication, so I light up my strain. Blaze it till every different kind I need, yeah. Free up the herb, come, just sing with me. Hey, you got the ganja, she got the Indo, he got the sensor. Sweet sensimilla, it makes me say, we're smoking bomba, we're smoking bomba, we're smoking bomba.
Give me the weed, come make me smoke it up. Cause shorty diesel lost me pack and low. I grace the only way you wanna go. When partaking this spiritual herbal smoke. Call in the train wreck, why I? Sweet is my favorite, why I? White with a rated, why I? Smoke till I'm faded, why I? Make J Boogie say
we're smoking bomba, we're smoking bomba, we're smoking bomba. Yeah.
Whoa. Hey, who invited Jordabs to the party?
Whoa. Nobody. Jordabs just shows up.
He's just over here like, Jordabs!
That's right. He's like Fungus Gnats.
He's right there.
He's like Fungus Gnats.
He's something like Uncimo, huh? Just pop up on the scene.
Jordabs, since you're here, man, go ahead and pick the phone line. 1 through 6, man. Numero 4. Who is this? Mark, you gotta hit tab. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, that's you.
Yo!
Who is this?
That's 562 Blaze.
This is Ruben again?
You said what?
It's Chris.
Chris?
Yeah, that's Chris.
Oh, I thought it sounded like
what
Ruben
up,
for
Chris? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing straight. How y'all doing?
How's
Pretty
it going to get
good.
2 truncheon meters?
This call is monitored from a correctional institution in California.
Please hold.
Oh, dang.
Please press 9.
RIP.
Hey, Chris, you got your JPay straight, man?
Oh, yeah, JPEG. I JPEG all the homies. Core links, too.
I'm pretty sure that I got so much credit on JPay. I'm just waiting for a homie to go back to use it up.
Oh, hey, you crazy. I got some homies you can send it to. Don't trip.
All right.
Just transfer that over.
What's in it for him?
Hey, but straight up, Chris.
He'll give you half.
Horty Chris, you got the question. Give it to him.
I don't know. It was your question.
Yeah, but you know what it was. Go ahead.
Name 3 Unk Inc. songs. Unk Emo.
Emo, we got I Don't Give a Fuck, Bad Knee, and They.
Is that right, Unk?
Well, you really right. I really don't give a fuck. And I know who the fuck they is, so you right on that one, too. And what the other one was?
Bad Knee.
Oh, that original one. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, dog. Now hey, we're going to sign this to Chris. It's C-H-R-I-S or K-R-I-S. How you spell your name?
C-H-R-I-S.
All right.
Now, wait. Let me explain something to you in the game, though.
Explain it.
If I blow up real big,
you got to send it back.
when I pass away, and this thing does become of value because they don't have that many of them, especially that many that I signed. If I sign it to you personally, you could never do nothing, get nothing monetarily for it. I learned that in the game.
Yeah.
It would only be to you and whoever else's name was Chris. You know what I'm saying? So.
It'll never get sold or nothing. That's why I hung up in my man cave.
He was waiting. See, it was a trap. He was waiting for you to be like, "Yeah, then don't put my name on it." And he's gonna be like, "I'm not even gonna sign it, motherfucker. You trying to get some money off my desk?"
No, dog. Everything about $1 in this fucking country. Get that paper, man. Shit, I hate no.
Trying to Michael Jackson you
You're
right
talking
now.
to a bunch of growers, but you got that. you got a trunchometer from Blue Lab.
He already
player.
got one earlier. Can you give him a pH one instead?
Yeah, I got a pH one as
there
well.
There you go. You got both.
We got some smart pots. We also have a granddaddy pad, some mission fertilizer, a GH swag, and some Turpinator, man. We're doing this every single Wednesday, so tell the homies, tell the home girls, the family members, the tios, the primos, the chanclas, the chinclas.
Everybody.
The chochitos, the conchochons.
And make sure you send that name and how you want it spelled exactly.
It's C-H-R-I-S.
The uncles.
C-H. Yeah.
Yeah, C-H-R-I-S.
The grandkids, I got grandkids now, man. I got to speak to my kids. They be like, man, I'm 14 years old and I'm smoking pot. You think that's cool? No, fuck no, it ain't cool. You're a fucking kid, motherfucker. Go play some basketball. Go color. Go paint in the book, motherfucker. Go do something. No, that is not cool. Fuck.
It's kind of cool. Okay, it's not cool for kids to be using drugs.
No,
that's for sure.
I need them to get out of high school.
But if they're buying them off DoorDabs, who knows?
Give yourself a chance.
Straight up, the kids, the future.
Give me a soundbite.
Oh, yeah, man. Make sure y'all listen, tune in to Heavy T motherfucking Grow Show and Uncle Emo.
Best show in Cali, baby.
That's how you
yeah.
Hey, thanks, Chris, man. And everyone else that had the right answer, I appreciate you tuning in. You really have to listen to the entire show right here to know what's up with the grand prize question. Big shout out to Unk Emo, all the sponsors, all the callers. Jerome, you feeling better now?
Always, yeah, no.
You got some food?
Keep that spirit right, bro. Keep that spirit
no,
right.
I already forgot. I took enough puffs to already forget about that shit.
There you go.
He was thinking about Ricky.
He doesn't even know what you're talking about.
And Horty Chris.
Yeah, why the fuck did you remind me? Shit.
See that?
And Horty Chris showing up. If you want to hang out with Marcos Pollos and St. Diesel, meet them at TGIF's on Carson Street in about 30 minutes.
Hell yeah, let's do this shit.
All you can eat appetizers from 10 to 12.
Hey,
y'all better get there. Y'all better get there.
Hey, they got karaoke. I'm gonna do Uncle Emo Bad Knee karaoke over there.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, what?
We're gonna do karaoke. Let's go.
Yeah, I ought to go fuck them up, huh?
If you're in Portland, go to the Indo Expo. All of our sponsors will be there. Tell them you heard about it on Heavy T's Grow Show. Industry Nights, August 4th. If you're in Costa Mesa, Newport Beach, Orange County, go to DFZ Radio, our Instagram, or Heavy T Grow Show. You can screenshot the link. You can screenshot the Industry Night link. Get in for free. I think that's right.
Right.
Man, I'm so
right.
fucking
that
high.
That is right. You're right,
Screenshot the
Hey,
flyer.
you know what? Other than that,
we out.
Oh, did you get it?